what's happening here that's not happening anyplace else?
I mean, the competitive level starts at 4 years old.
Classic rivalry.
Hall of Fame type coaches, great personalities.
All three schools, though, they changed the game of college football.
Florida State Seminole, Miami Hurricanes,
Florida Gators.
You want to dominate your opponents and you want to get stoned, make sure that you roll up.
It's the roll up, it's the vibes. It's another beautiful day in the Sunshine State. I am your host, Silk, and I'm kicking it with the illest host, CJ Larion. What it do?
Chilling, man. Just getting more good news right before we start to record. Class is building, baby. Put some things together, man.
Yeah,
break by break.
What?
Pebble by pebble.
Got the nails down, Pat.
Yes, sir. Hey, laugh not cry later, man. Laugh not cry later. This the tidbits. Y'all come on and get in here real quick. For there don't be no room for you in this class, and then we gonna hit the big dogs.
We about to have a good show, man. Excited about it. CJ, how you feeling, man? You good? You on the road
good,
trip?
Pretty good, fellas. Pretty good. Yeah, on the road again, man. Down in Orlando right now.
Yeah, man. Look like y'all had a good time out there at the tailgate. Seen a lot of popular faces. Y'all had Peter Warwick out there. Y'all had my guy Snoop, Kenny Shaw. Y'all kicking some vibes, man. How was the tailgate?
Yeah, man. The tailgate was nuts, man. So we had Snoop, Pete, Kenny, Carlos Williams, James Wild. A lot of those guys came and hung out, man. So it was real good. Leroy Smith, former cornerback. Real good vibe, man. Dope atmosphere. Cam Davis came up and pulled up for a second. His mom, they actually drove him around because his mom wanted to seek out the tailgate and hang out. So he was on the visit part of it. Mom said, "Nah, I didn't seen this shit enough or whatever. I want to kick it in and cut the vibes or whatever." So right. So shout out to Jared Ross, former FSU player. He was she wanted to get the drinks and the good food and the vibes. So
maybe a man while she out there
for like a good hour and a half. You said what now?
Maybe a man while she there too. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think
she was on the scouting trip herself.
Yeah.
Recruiting.
Evaluating.
I think Pops was with him too, if I'm not mistaken.
Like I said, man.
Y'all go over here while I go scout, huh?
Well, he further committed y'all, so I really don't care.
And all, but no, seriously though, man. I think the fans really got a treat with that weekend, man. As far as like taking out pictures against us, signed, man. Like it was, they had some guys. It was some guys at that tailgate. Excuse me, So I think the fans really had a good time as far as getting those pictures in their balls signed and stuff like that. And also we had a football team, the Canopy Oak Rams, local 10U team, pull up, got them some tickets. Crazy story, man. My son was kind of pissed off with me that whole day after the fact because Canopy Oaks is our main little rival team in the city or whatnot. So like, man, you got them boys tickets and letting them pull up to the game. He was really pissed off at me. So we had a conversation about that after the fact, man. So,
yeah, for sure. That's what's up, man. Yeah, look like y'all had a beautiful time out there, bro. We're gonna talk some spring football. This show, we're gonna talk some recruiting. Transfer portal just opened back up, so a lot of vibes, a lot of things to talk about. We got together this past weekend, like he said, kicked it with Larion. We got some content flowing. Should start flowing this afternoon, this evening. We did some confessional type content, some white room stuff. So the content and all of the vibes that we kicking gonna keep flowing throughout the week. The timeline being extra crazy. A lot of engagement. Florida State's been hot on the trail. We getting a little hot on the trail. And got some things popping, man. What's up? We got some 0 stars flowing down there in Dade. The vibes is beautiful, man.
We the hottest.
The hottest of the hot, man.
The hottest of the hot. We just keep adding them every time. Right, I look, we got another one.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit. Also, shout out first vlog. Shout out my man Larion. He doing a beautiful job with all our content. I shot a vlog at the Florida spring game. Had a great time. Ran into some player parents that was stopping me to have some conversation. It was really dope, man. We'll get to some Big Three talk. Hit the like button. Shout out to my man Fragrance Journey in the comments. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. That helps us climb the algorithms and whatnot. It's the roll up. It's the vibes. Where we at with it? Y'all ready to talk some Big Three? What? Some Big Three talk?
Yeah, we can get into it, man.
Guess we can do it as far as spring game order.
Yeah, we'll do spring game first, man. Before we get into the Big Three talk, one time for the great folks at TakeAVayCay.com, be sure to use coupon code ROLLUP at checkout for 15% off of all Delta 8 THC products. Again, that's ROLLUP at checkout for 15% off of Delta 8 THC products, which is all federally legal, delivered to your mailbox in discreet packaging. They have vapes in the flavor of cherry pie, bubblegum OG, blue dream, and also straw nana. Gummies come in the flavors of blue raspberry, kiwi, watermelon, and pomegranate. If you're not into any THC products, they have a sleepy gummy, which is derived of all natural products, ashwagandha, lemon balm, melatonin. That's the vibe. So if you need some early sleep, you want to replace that wine with something healthy, no calories, keep your beach body in shape. It's almost beach season. Get that sleepy gummy. Coupon code roll up at checkout, 15% off. We talked some spring football talk. My game went first, so I'll go first. Low scoring affair. That's been the troll. That's been the word. My overall take on it. I don't think the quarterbacks played bad football. It wasn't terrible quarterback play. I didn't see incompetence. I didn't see errant throws. I didn't see a confused offense. Both quarterbacks looked like they were competent with Jack Miller and Graham Mertz. Both quarterbacks were competent. I think our offensive line needed to protect them more. We had some guys that was out from injury. Mazuka Igukin, I think that's how you say his last name. I struggled with that one. Both of those guys were out. We had a patchwork offensive line. I've been saying for like the last 2-3 weeks, I thought the defensive line was the strongest unit on our team. Last year was the weakest. I didn't see a lot of Desmond Watts out there Saturday. That's one of the biggest thing. The additions of Cam Jackson and also Caleb Banks look really good out there. He made a lot of plays in that 88. Looks weird at defensive tackle, but he made some plays, looked very sharp. But the defensive line caused a lot of havoc, so the quarterbacks weren't able to get as comfortable as they want. I think we had like 5 sacks. But with what they had to work with, I don't think either played bad. Both made some throws on the run that I like. Not a whole lot of vertical stuff. I know we kept it pretty vanilla. We got Utah again week 1. I thought our advantage with Utah last year was that they didn't know anything about our offense. And I think that's going to be another few advantages that we have this year is them not knowing how we're going to approach it with the new quarterback, right? So I thought they kept it very vanilla. Austin Armstrong, the defensive coordinator, was throwing the kitchen sink at an offense that was trying to keep it very vanilla. An assistant was calling the plays. We don't have an offensive coordinator. Usually Billy Napier called the plays. They let an assistant call the plays. I thought Austin Armstrong definitely needed the reps. He's a young defensive coordinator. He's only like 28, 29 years old. So I think he needs all the experience he can get. I like how aggressive he was. And I'm not sad for these quarterbacks getting the kitchen sink thrown at them because the approach that Austin Armstrong brought to that spring game is how everybody's going to attack us this fall. Load the box and see if these quarterbacks can beat you with their arm to try to stop our run. So I'm not mad at what he threw at him, but it was a spring and just putting everything in perspective. Most teams aren't blitzing and throwing and calling, engage eights at a spring game, man. So it was extra aggressive. Think the quarterbacks
that
could
was on 10.
Yeah, man. I like it, man. He was a little crunk the entire time. After the game, there's a video of him doing some hand gestures that's way out of bounds. I think it's hilarious for trolling material, but from a professional standpoint, he can't be wilding out like that. But yeah, he was on 10. He was very aggressive.
Not at Florida. There's too many eyes on you now.
It's too many eyes on you, but he's from that tree, man. He has the same energy I'm not saying he's like these guys by any shape of the imagination, but you can see that he comes from that Kirby tree, Muschamp, all those guys, even the Grantham, all them guys have a certain energy about them and a certain, aggressiveness, the way they call plays, the way they act on the sidelines, and you can tell he comes from that tree. That's what I got out of the quarterback play for the most part, though. I think both of these guys are just stopgap guys. I've been saying since spring football started, we got to get a quarterback in the portal this second window. I'll talk about that a little later in the portal talk, but that's my overall synopsis of the quarterback position. I think is neither guy outplayed either guy. It was fairly even. There was a drop by my man Caleb Douglas or a fumble that could have got them some more points. But I just think we got to be able to lean on that run. We had too many offensive linemen out to be able to lean on the run versus a very good defensive front. I think our defensive line is going to be one of the best in the country. But outside of that, a running game was strong, considering that we had 2 starters out at the offensive line. I thought all guys ran well. Trevor Etienne, Montreal had a big run. Shout out to the young boy Trayon Webb. I've been hearing that he is catching on for him pretty quick. I wasn't expecting him to get any reps this fall, but I think he'll get a few. Cam Carroll is going to be a guy. I think he'll get number 2 type reps. He looked to fit. He looked like he belongs in the SEC, like an SEC running back. My young receiver is making some plays. Andy Jean is going to be a problem. We already know that. He made a couple plays spring game, but Aiden Mazzell, while he didn't make a ton of plays, you can see the top end speed. He got pass interference twice, blowing by like veteran, because he was running with the 2s and 3s, but he was running by veteran DBs in our secondary, and they was having to grab him. He's by far the fastest kid on the team. Olympian, I would say world-class type speed. So while his body stature, I thought would keep him off the field early, there's just so much explosiveness that he's provide that he's going to have to get on the field. Another take that I had from the spring game was just the wide receivers, while Xavier Henderson and those older guys are starting to make some plays and starting to come on this spring with Billy Gonzalez back, they're not separating. They're going to have to make Graham Mertz and Jack Miller's job a lot easier than what I saw rewatching the game. They didn't get a lot of separation. It wasn't no separation. I don't know if it could be the passing concepts as well, right? That's the thing. But guys weren't getting open. These young boys, even when Eugene Wilson get on campus, they got a lot of top end speed. So while older guys, they're acclimated to college football, the workout, how practice goes, so they're a little ahead of the depth chart because these boys are just young, but they're not more talented. And that's just my take. By fall, second, third game, you're going to start seeing these boys surpass older guys just because you got to be able to separate. And that just takes your offense to a whole new level when you just got extremely explosive players on it. I don't care who calling the plays. That's why Georgia's clicking. When Georgia didn't have those top dogs running 4-3s and blowing past people, that offense did not look like that. But when you got just speed and explosive players all around the field at the skill position, it's easy to call calls and call plays because it's hard to go one-on-one. You just got killers out there. Anywho, defensively, love the defense down the middle, man. I know we were facing an inept offense with the offensive line being out and 2 pedestrian quarterbacks, right? So I don't want to overhype my defense, but from a offensive line versus defensive line, I still think highly of my offensive trenches. So to see my defense perform like it did last year, to see Desmond Watson on the sidelines more than what we really need him, we can get him in some really good spurts, and he'll be fresh and healthy. That felt good. Linebacker position looks solidified. Shamar James was everywhere around the field. And we look good at linebacker, and that was without my man Derek Wingo and Taraja Mitchell. Both of these guys were out spring, and we look good down the middle. Safety position as well looked good, but you got to consider who we were facing, what was going on with the offense as well. But Kamari Wilson made a few plays, got a fumble recovery. That's it. Jalen Kimber, also another defensive back. I know we love Devin Moore, and also Jason Marshall is going to be lights out. He's going to be our true CB1 that we expected with him coming out of high school. I think he lives up to that hype this year with Corey Raymond, just helping him develop a lot more. But Jalen Kimber I thought, solidify himself as CB2B. I think if somebody's getting spelled, Devin Moore is getting spelled when he's healthy, I think it'll be for Jalen Kimber. Tight end position, performing better than I thought. Arlis Bordenham and Livingston. I forget my man first name. Shoot me that name. What's his last name? Tony Livingston. I'm sorry. Tony Livingston, the tight end, as well as Artis Bordenham, 2 young guys, freshmen, redshirt freshmen. Regardless of Keon Zipper, if he were here, I think both of those guys are just more talented, bigger guys, your traditional 6'4". Both of these guys have basketball-type bodies. You know, Dan Mullen loved those basketball-type receivers. Both of these guys have that basketball skill set in them. I think they're going to, as they mature into this offense, the tight end position, I think, is in good hands. Even with Keon Zipper out, we haven't recruited well there. I think we're more than good at tight end. I'm not worried about that spot. If there's any spot that I'm worried about on the team, it's just offensive line depth, and I think we're going to address that real soon with the transfer portal. I got some names I'll let you guys know in a little bit, but we're going to get it cranking with the offensive line, add some depth. Other than that, bro, we figure out a quarterback in the second window. I like everything around it. I just think my quarterback is just a real stopgap quarterback. They asked Dan Mullen. I'm sorry. Ooh. They asked Billy Napier post spring game talk. Was he planning on going after a quarterback or adding to that room? He didn't say which way, but he did say they plan on adding and addressing that room in the offseason. That could be via portal, and it also could be him talking Austin Simmons reclassifying. I think it's both. I think Austin Simmons reclassify, and I also think we get us a portal quarterback. Today, I know there was some smoke and some things said on, I think, Bill King on the radio about McCall. What's his first name? Grayson McCall, the quarterback out of Coastal Carolina, him graduating, finishing school, and possibly entering the portal again. He entered the portal last year, but he had ran into some issues with credits at Auburn and other schools. We couldn't get him in because of credits. The way everything's set up trimester, semester-wise, it was causing some conflict. But he's graduated now. He's different as a graduate assistant. So that's a name from the quarterback portal that may jump out there. That's all I got from the spring game, man. What y'all boys got for me?
Look like CJ Blank for a second. I'll jump on in. I kind of, especially with it being spring, I kind of, you obviously take everything with a grain of salt. So I typically try to break it up into good, the bad, and the ugly. Just as a basic overview of what I saw out there. I can say overall, I was a lot more pleased with this spring game than I was last season, and I really felt like there was a lot more positives to take out of this game, quote unquote game, than the bad and the ugly. So I'll start with
I didn't mean to cut you off, but you ain't got no questions for me? Because I'm gonna interrogate you a little bit after y'all's, after everybody.
Nah, I know what y'all's situation is. Okay. I know your QB situation is shaky right now. I don't know. So yeah, you can fire out questions. CJ, you got any questions for him? You back with us?
CJ was trolling my entire game. He got some takes. Give me some takes, CJ.
I did not see y'all game either, though. So I didn't see either. Yeah, I did not see either one of y'all games either. To be fair, I only had time to watch because I watched mine twice.
I know what the streets are saying, like, so I could ask questions just based off a timeline conversation, but I did not watch either of you guys' spring game. CJ, can you hear? You got any Gator questions, man, before we move on to Miami talk? Was he frozen?
Nah, bro. Nah, you pretty much got that. Y'all can hear me?
I can hear you. You look frozen on my side, but I can hear you, though. Oh, now you went away.
All right, carry on, Larry.
Yeah, I was about to say, he'll probably swing on in here. Yeah,
hit that like button again. Hit that like button while y'all here. Hang out. We got 100 people here live, and we got 99 likes. Then that means we got one hater amongst us. We should have any haters amongst us. We all family here, bro. Hit that like button. It just help your people.
The one hater. Oh, damn.
One hater. You got to figure it out. Have a witch hunt and find them out.
Yeah, my apologies, guys. I was up here battling with these. That's the thing about being
hotel.
The internet be so.
I know how it is,
battling with the internet. My apologies. But no, I don't really have too much questions. Cause I know, as far as the UF spring game, I know had a big issue as the quarterback. I know y'all had some injuries on the offensive line. So you pretty much covered everything in regards to that.
Why Lane still at y'all neck? That's the question I got. Lane had what? Lane tweeted like 3 trolls, man.
Lane ain't happy with himself. That's what, when people ain't happy with their situation, that's what they do, man.
Lane shot out 3 at y'all boys. 2 I know for sure.
No, he shot by 3.
I know the dog. He had the dog laying on the couch.
He had his son in Gator gear like a month ago. Like
And then
I don't know what his thing is, man. Lane Kiffin would never coach at the University of
I
Florida.
know, so
It's
that's
not
why
a
I'm
thing.
like, it ain't gonna happen. So when Gator's like, he want a job, I'm like, that man know he ain't getting no job with y'all. That's why he don't give a shit. You can't hire him now. If you wanted to, you couldn't hire him now. Like he
Right.
doesn't talk too much shit.
He ain't talking shit really. What did he say? He haven't said anything.
He's slick dissing. He
Yeah,
talked about,
just about points and
the
stuff.
dog was tired because he was at a game with some points was really scored. And then then he put go Gators when y'all was like 7-7 and I think it was a third or something like that.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
that ain't nothing.
he know what he doing. He know what he doing.
Nobody wouldn't think about his tweets in the hiring process. I don't think nobody would care about that. Ain't nothing. That's just Lane needs some attention. What else Lane gonna talk about? He can't say shit to Saban no more, right?
He going to.
Who else he gonna be
Well,
with?
see, that's one
Nah,
thing.
he
But
ain't
see,
gonna-
I
you
will
can't-
give Lane he been consistent because he'll troll Bama, troll Saban too.
He coming at him, watch.
Yeah, he be coming that motherfucker. So I give it to him.
I
as
just
far
think
as
the Florida thing is weird because y'all not like a rival. I do think it is
he
like
just picked
he
Florida
a little
right now.
scorn, like he a little scorn, like y'all wasn't gonna hire me.
Yeah.
For
He
this
didn't get the job, and Billy got the job. But we didn't get Billy just for 50-point spring games. Look at your recruiting class, Lane. If we want to talk that gangster shit, that's why he'll never be a coach here because he's just Dan Mullen younger. All he can do is call plays, but he can't bring in the killers to beat Nick Saban because he's an average recruiter. So he'll never be a head coach here. Billy Napier got the job because he could hit the trail like Saban, like somebody from that tree. Kiffin ain't from the Saban tree. He's just a guy that came through the tree.
He's a recruiter. He just don't worry about football recruiting.
He ain't no recruiter.
He got other recruiting to be worried about.
Oh yeah. I feel that. I feel that hurts a hell of a recruiting both.
Lane cheek chasing.
Lane definitely got an appetite.
Lane said, just bring him to me. I coach him up. Don't worry about that. Just get him. I got other recruiting to go do. But anyways, back to us. So it hit me with anything. I didn't really see too much of the timeline. That I saw something that I thought was like, which I guess I'll get right into it. So some of the good things I saw was TVD, and I saw some stuff like TVD wasn't playing. I was like, what game was y'all watching? Like I don't know where that come from. He played fine. He looked comfortable. He looked in rhythm. He looked more like he did when he was in the Red Lashley offense. This is obviously an offense that's a hell of a lot closer to that. I just thought that I thought he found good rhythm, got in stride. And this was ones versus ones. Mind you, we did have some injuries too. Right at the beginning of the game, we don't know what happened to our starting right guard. I didn't get any word on him. Our starting left guard tweaked his knee a little bit in the warm ups. So that's Javian Cohen. We already know what we getting with him. It was just like, okay, just it ain't no sense. Let's get some other guys some reps. So we end up pulling Javian Cohen. And Nez Cooper, I'm not exactly sure. I never got any other word with that. I'd imagine it's probably, I hope it's a minor injury. I hadn't heard it's anything major. And that wasn't announced till like right before. But I thought he looked comfortable back there. And he got rid of the ball fast. I thought he found a little rhythm at times. He's found Restrepo downfield. He found Kobe Young downfield. I think again, we do still need some explosion in that wide receiver room. But I thought all in all, these guys made better. I think they definitely made better plays in 50-50 balls and took those opportunities. So he was able to get the ball up to him, and guys were making plays on the football, making good plays on the football. Young made some good plays out there. Chaney, he looked like the guy that we've been waiting to see. Looked healthy, good balance. He was able to catch the ball out the backfield. He's the most complete back we got. So you just prayers up that he could just remain healthy. At least not any significant injuries, because he's been suffering some pretty bad injuries so far, like some really rough ones. So he a running back. You're gonna get banged up, nicked up. That's part of the game. Is playing that position especially. But if he stays relatively healthy this year, man, I think he could really be something special. I got to see what I wanted out of Skinner. He was able to catch every opportunity his way. I want to say he was 3 for 3 or 4 for 4, not 100%, but I do know he no drops. He was able to snag the ball, and that was important for me because I think he is a talent, and I just like to see him kind of get himself rolling in the right direction. Ray Joseph, he flashed for sure. This is a kid that's definitely going to play. He may play a little on the outside. He's definitely going to get some work in the slot. He was able to collect a long bomb actually from Emory Williams. I think that throw was somewhere in the 60 to 70 range. Busted the coverage like right up the gut basically, but he showed some speed, some flash, and we were able to hit him a little in the intermediate game too. Definitely going to be a player for us. The guy's going to get out there and definitely be an early contributor. Let's see who else I got here. I'll go with both of the Maui Goa brothers. Kiko, the linebacker, absolutely looked like a stud out there. Great movement, great range. And he's a longer athletic guy, and we've been hearing a lot of good things about him. I really liked this play when we got a chance to see him during the spring game. I think it finally felt like, okay, the advertisement is actually matching up to a lot of what the buzz has been. And then likewise, Lil Bruh was doing his thing, holding it down at the right tackle spot. Did a pretty good job all day over there. Sorry, y'all hear that? Nah. Yeah, see that? Yeah, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker, man. I swear to God. My bad.
It's the only time, right?
It's the only time, man. It's the only time I can't have no peace, man. Other positives, I would say, Ruben Bain. Ruben Bain was credited for 3 sacks. He just looked like he belonged already, man. I mean, you got to give him credit for the tutelage he has, for the lineage he has. I mean, the Bains have been, a staple down in South Florida in football for a while, and you could tell already. I mean, he's a little bit undersized for what you may want to call a prototypical end, or interior defensive lineman, but he's just a guy that makes plays, man. He's got all the moves already, so I expect him. Actually, I don't think I said it on here. I think I said it on another show. I got put me down for 8 for Ruben Bain this year. I think he's going to get 8 sacks this year.
Wow.
I think the kids like that. I think the kids like that. I think the kids like that. I really do.
Freshman, 8 sacks.
Yeah. Well, he probably going to get in on a lot of like just blitz packages, period. But I think he's going to play a lot. Even though we got some pretty decent depth on the ends. That the interior line is obviously the defensive tackle is where we just do not have the depth. And that's actually what one of the things I got on the bad side is there's just like I didn't know any of the names on the defensive tackle. These are clearly walk-ons. I'm like, I don't know who these guys are. Never heard of them. And it's because we got a few guys banged up, obviously. So they're holding them out. They're too important to the actual season. But I'd like to know a name or two outside of Moten, which I think actually Moten I think he played first team actually because of the lack of depth. So that was definitely an area again of concern there. We got the smaller DTs, and then we're going to try to see. There's a couple of big boys that just entered the portal that I know we'll try to kick the tires on, see if there's any interest to come down for sure to just bulk up at that position. The corners actually was surprisingly pretty good.
They ain't good for receivers then.
Receivers had a pretty good day, but I didn't feel
you can't win a spring game, bro.
No, I know, and that's what I'm saying. It's weird. It's weird. That's what I'm saying. You can't really win it. However, I did think that all in all, they actually, for the most part, when there was a time where they should have been in position and had an opportunity to make a play on the ball, they did fairly well there.
Who was the starter?
Yeah, because I'm still concerned in general. It was Damari Brown actually ended up starting, and whatever. Man,
I'm going by what you been telling me, bro.
That was at first. Yeah, that was at first. No, at first that's what they said. So he could get better. I don't know. It was Damari Brown and was Porter. Porter from West Virginia, the one that we brought in
West
from West
Virginia
Virginia. He
transfer,
told me we shit.
I mean, considering what we've been
That was
saying
that's fair. That's fair.
past few weeks about him.
Get a man time to acclimate, improve. Maybe that's what it was because he made I could think of 2 pass deflections. So we'll see what that is. Like I say, surprisingly good. I'm not ready to rally the flags and say we don't have no issues there. I still think ultimately it will be a glaring hole for us because I definitely don't think we have the depth there. As of yet, we're just a little too young there. I don't think the guys that we are bringing in are going to. The young guys we're bringing in are instant impact corners. I think they're guys that are about a year away from really being big time contributors there. But pleasantly surprised is what I would say with that group. And Emory Williams, he's the one that hit Ray on that deep shot. I see what the coach is like now. He looks comfortable. He has a little scrambling ability. Good motion on his throws. I could see exactly what they would be invested in at this point, and thinking, okay, this is a guy that could possibly be your quarterback at some point if it comes down to it. This depends on. I mean, you obviously want to always raise the floor of the room and raise the talent level, but I saw what they liked there.
No, man, you ain't even really got to explain. I mean, he was a solid take. He was okay. He was a decent player.
Yeah, I mean, all things
I think Emory got upside if he's coached correctly. He can definitely be a good player.
He's already got the physical size. I mean, he's already that 6'4", 220-ish type already. So you're looking at a big kid as it is.
Because he had some nice roles. He went to Elite 11 last year, correct?
Yeah. And he did pretty decent there. He did pretty decent in the Elite 11. I don't think he made the finals cut, but like I was telling people, I was like, yeah. And then I looked at the previous years and look at all these NFL quarterbacks that didn't make the final. They didn't make the final 11. I was like, holy shit. Matter of fact, most of the guys that I saw that didn't make the final cut.
Because it ain't even based on the actual performance at the Elite 11. It's based on a lot of like politics and bullshit. They already know who's gonna be who before they get there, bro. On a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like 9 times out of 10, the best performer at the Elite 11 didn't win the Elite 11.
Right. And it's just it's a weird format anyway. These are it's just a little something for the fans to talk about, the kids to have a little fun with. I mean, you can't take it but so seriously anyways. But I like that kid. And then I'll get out of here real quick with the bad and quite frankly the ugly. Bad, I would say Jakari. They were kind of hyping us with Jakari, telling us that he was looking a lot better in spring. I didn't see him get in any type of rhythm during that game. I was just like, I don't know. His timing seemed a little off. Just nothing that was advertised that we get to see. I didn't see any of that. So, I'm on bated breath, and I actually wanted him to have a good showing because as of right now, you look at our class, you got Judd Anderson, who's a total project type quarterback. So if you want to advertise to these receivers, then you really want to be pushing Jakari, who would more than likely be their quarterback. And I don't know if, I ain't going to call it the play calling, bro. It can't be because Tyler Van Dyke had the same play calls, bro. Just wasn't good advertising. I'll say that. Just did not look good. Not to bang on him and be like, oh, he's done, he's trash, nothing like that. Just wasn't. I would have liked a better showing from him just to advertise to the incoming class.
He's not in where you would like him to be in his development.
Yeah. Especially if you told me he was good, and if he is, man, y'all supposed to make sure he went out there and just, even if it's just the easy pass, just get him looking good. We need him to look good so we can tell these receivers, hey, that's going to be your QB. Because now all we're going to have is the actual season, and I know they're trying to preserve his red shirt. So
you should script him some shit, huh?
Something. Just make it look good. He need to look good today. Yeah, it's advertising. We're working today, baby. You know, somebody fall down. I don't give a shit. Just make it look good today.
Man, y'all said he was just like Anthony Richardson, so he'll figure it out.
No, well, I hope not. I hope he ain't just like Anthony Richardson.
You will hope he is Anthony Richardson at this point. You should pray for that, brother. Yeah, you should be praying. He should be praying too. Every night he go to bed, You look up at it at his ceiling and ask God, can
To
I
make him
please
like
be
Anthony
like
Richardson? Boy,
Absolutely.
you better aim much higher than that, boy. Let me talk to I call him. Boy, you better aim much higher than that.
I guarantee he'll take it. Call him.
Yeah, because you about to get drafted.
I guarantee he'll take it.
Yeah, you about to get drafted. Yeah,
He'll take his arm. He'll take his accuracy. He'll take everything, man.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Anyways,
we just seen Ja'Cory Brown, bro. Like he's a linebacker. Y'all
I see Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
with no pads on, doing backflips and throwing the balls 89 yards. Yeah, he's athletic.
He must have killed the flips, man, because they gonna get him top 5 overall in the draft. So the flips had to be.
And when did Larion dispute that? I always said they was going.
You should have Ja'Cory practice on his flips, man. In between time, he working on that accuracy.
Flip actually too.
Then he all right there. He ain't got nothing to worry about. Just like
ask him.
Just like
I think he can do backflips. And then the only thing I would say that was just ugly, and this was another, they done lied to me again. Jalen Rivers at left tackle. He did not look good. Jalen got to slide back inside to left guard. We need Zion back.
Did your boy play? Did Zion play?
They ain't gonna play Zion. Zion ain't gonna play till fall.
Did he practice this spring?
Mm-mm.
Y'all got a picture of Zion?
Yeah, for real, bro.
I know what he looked like, but I ain't seen him in a while. Yeah.
This boy been in the mill for 2 years. You that Fable shit.
You know what that Fable
11 shit. That's Zion shit.
Wait a minute.
Nah, we're going on 2 years now. This going on year 3.
No, it's not. It's 1 year he didn't play. What you talking about?
Was he hurt in y'all say he was hurt in 2021 too. That's why he looked bad.
He played the previous season. He played most games the previous season.
I thought y'all said he was injured. That's why he looked bad in 21. I remember the first round talks in 21.
He played, but he did play through an injury. But now he pretty much sat out all of last season. I was worried about Zion transferring when they was telling me Jalen Rivers was looking so nice. I ain't worried about it now. He'll be back. He'll just
transfer too.
Yeah,
we ain't got no film in 2-3 years, man. Hey, it's like them 5 stars, you know what I'm saying? That be within the recruiting process. They don't play for about 3 years, hit the portal now, bro.
Okay. Them boys ain't got no good film. You talking about guys that just completely flop. This man was a 3-star. He can go to Nebraska, goddamn, and start. He can go to a P5 and start. Well, yeah, because they was telling me how good Jalen Rivers was looking. Now, I ain't see shit look good. I saw a man getting his ass whooped. I'm being frank. I was like, holy shit. Get Zion back out here, man. This is crazy. Y'all told me big lies, man.
Who was whooping him, too? That's a question, too. Who was whooping him and who was the right tackle?
Right tackle was Maui Goa.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
he probably going to end up starting. I think.
Side that to left. Please side him to left.
Probably maybe eventually. I don't know. We got Oken Lola.
I want to see him as freshman at the left just to welcome.
No, we don't do that. No. We got Oken Lola backing up left tackle right now. And he's looking.
So Rivers might not play then.
He's got to get his strength up. No, I think what our starting line will be is Zion. Rivers is good at guard. He just ain't no good at tackle.
But then, so you got the Bama guard. I guess
he can slide right. He could slide right. He's played. As a matter of fact, that's what he played for Bama anyway. So we could go. We can probably go Zion, Rivers, Lee, Cohen, and then Maui Goa. Inez Cooper still is. Inez Cooper's a freshman. I like him a lot, but you can easily bring him off the bench there. And I think that will probably be our most solid starting 5. So that's kind of all I got. Go ahead.
We'll see how it played. I think that was a Miami debate on the timeline. Who starts at that spot if Zion was healthy and back? And I remember seeing some people saying that that Rivers is just here, so he's probably better, and Zion's a myth. So we'll see how it all play out this fall. Man.
They wrong about that. I'm tell you right now.
Yeah, I see.
Anybody that if you watch this spring
like game, Bigfoot, man.
Nah, he telling me a myth. I like that,
myth, man.
I do like it. That's Mario, man. Mario won't let the man put nothing on. He don't even let him wear a Miami t-shirt around.
So you think is he still hurt, or is he?
He can't be still hurt, because he got the surgery a while back.
What was the injury though?
We don't know. It was something with the knee. Because remember, at first they told us just like a slight little clean up, a tweak. He went out. He played a little bit. played a little bit against Southern Miss, like maybe 5-6 snaps, and I think he either re-aggravated it, and set him back. So, and then he just never played for the rest of the season. So there's no way I think he's still hurt. That's why I think it's just a bubble wrap situation. Like even if we had to play Taylor, he could have played, but it was a spring game. He got a little minor injury. There wasn't no point in it. It was like, it's spring. Like, say, how you gonna win anyways? So let's see what else we got. Let's see who else could create a little something. It makes no sense for that kid to come out there and play, because if he has a great year, he's a draft pick, and it'll be his third season. So if he elevates his game to another level, then he'll be a draft pick.
I just need a picture. He was out there at the game. You got a picture of him at the game? He showed up?
I'll look into it for you. Give me a second. I'll reach out to my people.
About to follow Mr. Person, man. So I just want to know before
man vibing, man. Man vibe. He in the weight room. You know what I'm saying? He on the training table. You'll see him. You ain't gonna see him in 2025 though.
He might.
He be on TV.
Looking, bro. He
might be on TV.
Might get a couple more years out of this, man. You just might.
How many more years Fabo got?
I don't know, bro. This is last one. This Fabo last one, guaranteed.
He finna apply for another year. I can see it already.
That's what I'm saying, man. We talking about Fabo, man. Zion, the real coach.
No, because I didn't hype Fabo all last year, and he ain't play. I ain't hype Zion last year. Zion was hurt. You kept telling me Fabo was gonna play and kick ass. Is he even the starter?
No, but you kept telling us that he's on. We waiting on him to get healthy. Waiting on him to get healthy. He's gonna get healthy. You didn't say he was gonna get healthy at no point last year.
I didn't quit that. I don't think so. We have to review.
No, because remember we talked about the knee. You said, "Oh, this is quick. Let's go. He'll be back."
That's what they said. Yeah, originally, but that was a long time. That was the second game of the season, man. Anyways, whatever. I ain't gonna deflate. Let's talk about Florida State. Oh, what y'all got questions?
No, we already did.
I asked them throughout, yo.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with my team.
I ain't got too much from the spring game, man. To be honest with you, bro, like I was in none of it, just doing too much shit. But overall, I think the quarter. Well, let's start with Jordan Travers. I think Jordan Travers looked pretty good. Shows some mobility. He still has his legs. Shows some accuracy with some throws on the arm. Running game is going to be really good. Even though Trey Benson didn't play at all, no need to play him. We know we got in Trey. Lawrence Philly looked a lot better than he did last year. He looked noticeably bigger, tougher runner. He was hard to get down. There's a lot of course, he catch the ball out of the backfield pretty well. C.J. Campbell and Rodney Hill, the two other running backs, they look really good as well. So I think the running game, even though Trayshawn Ward was one of my favorite running backs, I don't think the running game will drop off at all. With losing him, the running back room looks pretty good, especially Lawrence Philly. I think he can be a real big X factor. He had over 800 total yards last year for us, but I believe he could be an X factor for FSU with the pass game, run game. That's how we use him. And Trey Benson, he's going to be Trey Benson. He looks he didn't play, of course, but just from the physical standpoint, he looks a lot more in shape than he was last year, which says a lot because Trey is a pretty big dude. So for him to look better than he did last year is pretty impressive. Receiver wise, Johnny Wilson didn't play. No need to, put him out there. We know we got it with him. He's been pretty dominant all throughout the spring practices. So we got to see a lot of the younger receivers. Of course, Michael Pittman, he's out with hip injury. Keytron Porter, man, I think he's going to. This is his year, I believe. I think it's his time to shine. He's going to step out of the box and make a lot of big plays for FSU. He made some big plays for us last year in a reserve role, but I think he'll end up being a starter for FSU on the opposite end of Johnny Wilson. Had a one-handed catch in the game, had a touchdown catch on a beautiful throw by Jordan Travers, right in stride, hit him over the back shoulder, beautiful catch. So yeah, Portier is going to be a big-time playmaker for FSU, and someone that Jordan Travers could count on in the passing game, along with Johnny Wilson, Michael Pittman once he comes back. And Winston Wright is another receiver. He looked pretty good, too. Was able to run around really well, coming off the injury from last year, missing the entire 2022 season due to the car wreck he suffered on spring break last year. To see him, he wasn't in the green no contact jersey, so that was pretty encouraging as well. So I do think we got something in him. Speaking of the quarterbacks, it was a sequence late in the game that I thought was pretty impressive with all the freshmen. You had Brock Glenn, Vandrevius Jacobs, and Hakeem Williams I think the future is bright with those guys. Brock Glenn has real life arm, but he scrambled a little bit and he hit Van Drevius for like a 30-yard catch, and Dre took that catch and made some exciting plays down the sideline to get another about 20 yards on it. And then the following play, Brock Glenn hit Hakeem Williams for like an 8-yard touchdown on out route. Pretty good route on Hakeem. I think the future's bright with those two. I don't really have any. I know Keem is new, but my biggest critique as far as Hakeem, and me and Snoop Minnis was talking about this too after the game at the tailgate spot that's hanging out, coming off the ball. You got to come off as a receiver, and as a DB rather, this was the hardest thing in regards to guarding a receiver, how hard and how fast they come off the ball. If you come off the ball hard and fast every play, you're keeping the DBs on his toes. You can't guess it in regards to what you're doing, run play, things like that, short pass play. If you come off hard every play, first off, you're getting the DB to back up, respect your speed. You're going to backpedal and give you some space just because, you're coming off hard every play. You got to respect, you run a deep route. So that's one thing that I want King to do better with, moving forward, is just coming off hard every play, taking every snap, making it, getting in shape and taking every snap, personable, and just being aggressive every play. You come off hard every play. It makes your life so much easier as a receiver. You're going to work hard as far as getting in shape, be more tired, but you're going to. I think the reward is a lot better because it's just so much easier as a receiver. You have the DB on your toes. It's a lot more hard to read a receiver that comes off hard every play, running full speed off the line. So if King could do that, I think he'll be fine. Offensive line, I think the offensive line did pretty well. We saw a lot of the younger guys play, like Julian Armello. He looked pretty good in some situations. We know we had the starting left tackle, Robert Stott, out. So Bless Harris, who missed the entire 2022 season due to an arm injury, was in the left tackle spot. He was the original starting right tackle for the 2022 season before he got his arm hurt during that Duquesne game. So to have him back, he looked real athletic at the left tackle position. Moved around very well. Had some really good reps with Jared Verse, and this is pretty much what I've been hearing all spring as far as Bless Harris doing a really good job rather than pass pro against guys like Jared Verse, Patrick Payton, and others. So to have Bless Harris back, I think that's going to help us out a lot. Once Robert Scott come back, the second team All ACC left tackle, I think we have a pretty good starting duo at the tackle position in Robert Scott and Bless Harris. So that's going to help Jordan Travis out moving forward for sure. Defensively, Kalen DeLoach looked really good, really, really good. Had an interception, pick six, had a forced fumble recovery, looked noticeably bigger, I think Kalen's going to have a really big year, real comfortable within the scheme. This could be a breakout year for him. Made a lot of plays, one of the leaders on defense as well. So shout out to Kalen DeLoach. He had a really good spring game, and a really good spring overall for him. Cornerbacks.
Who threw the pick six?
Yeah, Trav threw the pick six. And not only talk about it to the receiver. But no, I think when we talk about Deuce Spann, that's another guy who may be on the possible transfer out list, in my opinion. He hasn't really gotten over the last 2 years. I know the upside is really great, right? Deuce Spann is a 6'4", about 210-pound guy, running 4.3 blades right to St. Pete. But it was a quarterback originally for Illinois and then changed position. So we knew it was a little bit of time for the development, but just haven't seen it develop as fast as we thought it would be. This is year two within the system. Within that pick six to Jordan Travis, I think Spann had ran and rolled right. He was supposed to be in a certain spot. He wasn't in a certain spot, and Trav threw it at that spot, and then Kalen Doge got right up under it, and he was off to the races. But yeah, I like the battle back and forth as far as the defense and offense. We've seen some good players from the defense, some real good players from the offense. It was a lot of back and forth. Josh Farmar, he looked really good. Darrell Jackson, like I said, man, I just can't express enough how happy I am to get that guy. Patrick Payton, I know, man. You go from 6'6" to 315 to 6'1 and a half, about 275, man.
Definitely 1.5.
Yeah, 1.5.
I ain't like shit.
But no, man, it was a big need for us, man. Because like I said, when me and Larry talked all the time, yeah, that's the beauty about it, right? We feel the big need, and at the same time, we end up crippling a rival. Yeah, we end up crippling a rival in the conference four in Miami. I feel like that was a big get for us and a big loss for Miami. But to have him, Brady Fisk from Western Michigan, have Fabian healthy, have other guys kind of get better as far as Farmar in his development, more years, I think the defensive tackle room is going to be pretty solid. The main thing is, man, you got to keep these guys out of the portal in April because this shit is different now, man. I think April we're going to see a lot of stuff within the portal that we may not expect it to be within the portal. I think that's within a lot of teams across the country.
It's off to a slower start than I thought. We'll talk about that in a little bit when we get into our portal talk. But I thought it would be jumping a little bit more than it is right now. I know Georgia has sent like 3 or 4, but overall, I thought I'd see about 3 from my roster. I ain't seen nothing.
Put it this way, man. I think the coaches, man, after the spring game, they're working overtime to try to figure out what's what, keeping guys and things like that. So this stuff is real fluid. But I do think, and we say it all the time, man, college coaches got it hard nowadays, man, because you're constantly recruiting your current roster. I think that's what a lot of these coaches are doing right now that post spring is over. Of course, you're having these X meetings with guys that may not fit in, but at the same time, you're trying to keep guys that you want from being, looking at other situations with possible thinking grass is greener type of deal. Like for example, Derek McClendon. I think South Carolina, Missouri, and Texas are the teams that reached out to him, but the team. From what I'm hearing, the teams that reached out, they're offering, less money NIL wise than what he was making at FSU. And you factor in, FSU is pretty much locked for, a top 4 position. Well, first team or second team in regards to the defensive end rotation. You go to these different schools, you still got to battle to get to that. So it's just something in regards to that as far as a lot of these cats may have big eyes and what they possibly may have, what they feel like they deserve. But at the same time, a lot of these coaches are kind of honing in and recruiting them like, hey, listen, hold off, let's do this, let's do that. So I do feel like these college coaches do have it tough because, we're talking about spring recruiting and things like that. As far as the high school ranks, trying to get those guys committed, hell, you got your own roster as well. You got to, weed through and try to make sure those guys stay happy too. So it's definitely a tough job for college coaches. But again, it's the nature of the game right now, so you just got to do it. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out as far as the portal for FSU guys. Defensive back-wise, Fentrell Cypress, he was the starter for that game. We did not see Renardo Green, the previous starter, or we didn't see Jerry and Jones. I think those guys were held out just for precautionary reasons. So Fentrell looked pretty good as well. So I think the defensive back room is going to be a lot better. We had a lot of walk-ons. That's the thing too, man. Like a lot of these plays, like the Jordan Travis touchdown to Keytron Porter, I think it was a great throw. How can I put this? I'm looking more so at what the offense, what the guys I'm looking for did versus who they're going against, right? So I think it was an accurate throw by Jordan Travis, great route by Portier, catch over his shoulder, that type of deal. It was a walk on in coverage. I'm looking at the perspective in regards to offensive wise for the guys that's going to actually matter during the season. They look good. So that's how I guess approach the spring game in regards to that. Just looking at the main focus guys that you're going to be seeing during the season and how they progress during that game and that type of deal. Tight end. I want to touch on the tight end room real quick. The tight ends look really good. The transfer from South Carolina, I drew a damn blank real quick. Jaheim Bell, he looked really well in regards to how he played Saturday. Had a couple of catches, ran his routes really well. Again, I think it's going to be a matchup problem and something that defensive coordinator is just going to have to make decisions on, right? Who you're going to kind of take away, a receiver, running back, quarterback, tight end. Let's kind of pick your poison. If you want to overcompensate for something for one position, I think Mike Norvell can hit you with the other positions because they're so well rounded. So we'll see how it plays out in regards to getting those guys the ball and scheming up some ways to get them open. But that's all I got from the spring game, man. Came out relatively healthy, nothing as far as no big injuries that'd be like season ending or anything like that. A couple nicks and bruises that'd be cool going into summer. But other than that, man, that's the main thing I wanted out of this spring is just get better. Stay healthy throughout the entire spring. And we done that, so we'll see how it goes into the summer and fall camp.
I just got one question. Over under, man, for Fable, man. What you got?
As far as what?
Played 4.5 games. Played like actually. I'm serious. For the season, 4.5. You'll go over.
It'll be over.
You got him at.
Yeah, this is Fabian Lovett's only season being hurt. It's not like Your boy down in Miami, man.
What'd you say?
No, repeat that again, bro. You said
I just said
5 games?
I'm praying for the brother, but I got him under 5 games. I got him at 4.
Yeah, I feel, man. I see if it was like a pattern or something, like your boy Zion down in Miami, then I could rock with it. But 1 year.
Well, one of them was projected to get drafted somewhere. The other one, not so much.
Now, that was 2 years ago, right?
Last year still.
I know about the old days.
Projected last year. No, I'm talking about last year. Yeah, last year. That's why he back one more.
I don't think Mel Kiper got him on it, no big boys this year.
The hell, Mel Kiper. That wasn't Mel either. It was Todd.
No, I don't think Todd got him on there either, man.
Is Todd okay yet? Remember Todd?
Yeah,
like,
I think
froze up
he
on
bounced
TV?
back, man.
Yeah, I think he had like a mini stroke or something. Yeah, that was crazy. I don't watch ESPN no more, so I wouldn't know. Ever since Todd betrayed me, it made me look like a fool in front of all my friends, man. Yeah, that man top 5. Yeah, top 5. I said, oh yeah, I'm finna lie my ass off.
You was absolutely right about that.
Damn you, Todd.
Jared Verse, he looked pretty good as well. Patrick Payton, talk about defensive ends real quick. Those guys look pretty well. I like Payton's development, man, because he was a redshirt freshman last year, pass rush specialist. But, he was a lot smaller due to he was already small coming out of Miami Northwestern, need to be developed. So his redshirt freshman year was more so a pass rush specialist. But you can see the gains he had during the offseason looks a lot bigger to go with his 6'5" frame. So I think Patrick Payton could be a demon off the edge, man. We keep developing and getting bigger. He could be a guy, man. So good get for Mike Norvell and Steph as far as going down to Miami like they usually do and grabbing some shit from South Florida and Patrick Payton.
Well, I mean, I like Peyton. I actually prefer Peyton, but we had already had Jabari Ismail, and they both kind of that same frame. So maybe
I know y'all. Mario preferred Peyton too, man. He was definitely hitting them up during that portal window. I know that for a fact. He was hitting them up trying to get him to get in there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was kind of like we'd already took Jabari, and they both are like the same, like the 6'4", 6'5" slender frame build guys. So Jabari's developing. Maybe not at the rate at Peyton. We don't quite need him just yet. I don't think either though. So, but yeah, I give him praise. I like the kid. I actually once I got to reading up on him a little bit more, I actually preferred him over Ishmael. But what's done is done.
Yeah.
God bless him.
He was originally committed to Nebraska. Remember that one point in time, and Travis Fisher.
And Nebraska was annoying for like 3 months.
Yeah, I give credit to Travis Fisher. He was a defensive back coach at Nebraska. He's from Florida. He's from Tallahassee. Actually, one of my homies played that guy. Old head I used to look out, but he went to UCF. He was under that Frost staff. Played about 7-8 years in the league. But he was the guy that was getting all those guys from South Florida, from Florida period, to commit to Nebraska.
And them boys say, I'm out of here.
No, it's close to Saturday.
That shit did not last. I forget that one. I think his name was like Francois or something. But that boy was
a corner or something, man. It was a corner.
Yeah, secondary safety corner, something like that. Man, that man went in that back room about 4 times. It was like Miami, Nebraska. All right, Nebraska. I think he was trying to call and say, will they pick up? They ain't picking up no more, man. They had enough.
That's what it was.
That's what I heard, but who knows? Anyway,
all right, that's how I got from national spring game perspective.
Yeah, man, the fashion show, man. Y'all had a jersey release.
Oh yeah, that's what we talked about jersey. I forgot all about that. I do like that, man. I know gender reveal. I know the two fan bases like UF and Miami. They was like, "What the fuck going on as far as jerseys?" But FSU fans know, man. Like our jersey's been terrible since that 2014 season. It was just ugly, man. The little side tribal stitching that's going off. The jerseys look like they were middle school jerseys, not really fit to the actual player, that type of deal. So yeah, we were pretty happy about that to get the new jerseys, get more of a traditional old school vibe of FSU and versus that 6-year window. Well, I don't know what the fuck Nike was thinking.
They took the little tribal stuff off the sleeves right there.
Yeah, off the sleeves on the right. Okay. If you look at the 2018 jersey versus the new ones, you can see the difference. And the colors are a little bit off. I think the garnet back then, that shit wasn't really garnet, to be honest with you. But that's something FSU fans been begging about, us trying to get back to that old traditional, the 90s, the 2000s, and up to 2013, that traditional FSU look. I know, fans talking about, it's no different. We're more so a traditional school anyways, as far as at home and away, so it's not gonna look too different from the original. But that's what we wanted is the original, because that new shit, man, that shit wasn't flying at all.
I know about jersey bagging. Lord have mercy. They want them Sean Taylor numbers so bad, it's not happening. Well, actually, we got the numbers actually, but we don't have the design ain't happening. I don't think that's ever
Sean
gonna
Taylor
happen.
jersey.
Well, just the numbers, because we did switch the numbers. But you know the crazy shit was Adidas didn't release none with the numbers last year.
I think those were the hardest UM jerseys though. Them early 2000 ones, them bitches was tough.
But if you look at the actual font, the number font is from that time. But like they didn't sell any last year. Like so the jerseys that I got that I already had, they have the more squared up font, but whatever.
And how that feel, man. Come back to Nike, man.
Yeah, I feel better cut that check.
All right. Now that we're done with the Tarif part of the show.
White jerseys. I don't know who that brother is. I just know white jerseys. That's all I know about that brother.
White jerseys.
White numbers. White numbers.
Yeah, white numbers. He was big on that shit.
Shout out to the homie Tarif. And also shout out to State Farm and my man Alan Horne over at Alan Horne Insurance. Be sure to visit AlanHorneInsurance.com or give them a call at 706-692-2888 for insurance in the states of Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, and Alabama. Anything you may need insured, your car, motorcycle, home, your life, my man got you. 706-692-2888 or AlanHorneInsurance.com. He's a State Farm provider, like a good neighbor. Yeah.
Damn, CJ. You see this shit in the chat?
What we got in the chat?
They said they're making fun of y'all attendance, man. Lion sent that. Way to go, Lion. My man. Y'all say y'all be talking all that good shit, man. Ain't nobody in them stands, man. That's a paltry looking picture. I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of gray. I see a whole lot of gray up in there.
Yeah, I don't have any spring game attendance jokes, man. Be honest with you.
We go to
spring game. We go to even smaller
bad, though,
that video he sent, let me tell you, so being in that stadium, bro, the shit was at what, 4 p.m. It was no fucking shade in sight, bro. No shade in sight. There was no clouds in sight. Nobody was sitting on that side at all. You look at that video, most of the people stood on the other side trying to avoid the heat. But no, the attendance wasn't.
I don't give a shit about no spring game.
But no, seriously, attendance should have been a little better, in my opinion. Especially coming off the season we had and the kind of hype we had, should have been a little bit better.
We got a whole Heisman campaign out here, man. It should be deep,
man. Come on,
spring game, man.
But no, the spring it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad attendance, but from that picture, everybody was on the other side.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a spring game, bro. I mean, I have every intention on attending quite a few Miami games this year.
You won a few.
I ain't starting with spring. I
respect it.
Hey, I mean, I'm different. I'm always be different.
Right, bro.
Man. It's time to talk some recruiting, bro.
Your last name, though. Make sure you go to that free lunch too. They offer you too after you grab your ticket, bro.
Goddamn right. Why not? Why not get you a little free lunch? Shit.
All right, got to.
Nothing else to do. It's only Miami. I do. Before we get into the just one quick like big news thing for us, because I want to make sure we don't forget about it. DVD has left the fold. He's moved over to FIU. They circled back.
Big dog.
Yeah, he took a pay cut. That man just trying to get on field, dog.
That Bush City. You might go.
But see, honestly though, that's what you got to do, though. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, he's doing what he's got to do. Yeah,
because I think these coaches play the fucking game with you the long way, man. They'll tell you one thing when that time comes, because they feel like they could kill two birds with one stone. And I had this conversation. I'm not on no trolling stuff. I had this conversation with my brother who at Clemson, who's kind of going through like the same situation, kind of being offered some G5 jobs, to build your resume up versus staying known at a school like Clemson, this, that, another, man. You got to.
They're going to play you for a while, right? They're going to hold you as long as they can.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Because they're getting a lot more value than what they're paying you.
Right.
Way more value than what they're paying you.
Right.
So they're going to try to hold on to play the game as long as you can. But you got to believe in yourself, take that leap of faith, and then show it.
Facts.
Yeah, I anticipate he will be G5. Hopefully we can, not G5, Power 5. Hopefully we can pull him back if the timing lines up right and, the stars align. So we'll see. I know Adai's contract, I believe, is up this year, so we'll just have to see how that all develops. We'll see how it all works out in the end. I definitely think he's hometown guy. That's one reason he does a great job recruiting. And like you say, same thing. Talk with your brothers. It's the game. You got to play a little bit. You got to get out there, cut your teeth a little bit, and raise your value a little bit more. Because last year we paid them more to stay off field than what FIU offered them to come on field. So that was one thing, and that's cool for the money. But long play is going to do them better to go ahead
a couple more G's for the next few years. Ain't you feel me? Like you said,
right?
That long play,
the long play. What are we looking at? So, congratulations to him. Though that's our guy all around, supporter of the show, and we absolutely support you in everything you do, bro. So good luck at FIU. Hopefully we get you back home. If not, I understand, man. You got to do what you got to do out here, baby.
Hey, man, that's FIU City. That's Butch City. Butch run that town. Y'all check in with Butch.
Got
y'all
on
ever in Miami. And shout out to my man DVD for going to coach for the elite program of FIU down in Dade, man.
Butch packed his bags, man. Butch said, I can't deal with this shit no more. Silk might talk about this my city. I can't even get a goddamn helmet. Can't get practice helmets right. This motherfucker sound good. I can't even
y'all hired Manny instead of Butch. Huh? Y'all might well gave Butch the job, man.
At least shit. 30% of the fan base wanted him.
It was the thing. It was the thing at that time. Butch is washed though. I'm just joking and trolling a little bit, man. You can't get Butch the keys, no program, man.
Nah, us. We all about rolling with the new. It's funny, real quick before we get into the recruiting thing too. I know you was talking about. I think we're in a different situation as far as the portal goes because some of the. I think our players, because the same thing, I don't anticipate a lot of exit. We with coaches that are rebuilding their rosters, so you could try to make it pretty uncomfortable, I guess. But I think we're in a different situation where these kids are probably more like, I hope they don't want me to leave than you know what I mean? I think the coaches are probably not in the same exact position, so I don't expect a lot of exits either. But go on, we'll get into a little recruiting talk.
I expect we'll talk portal talking and possible exits in a little bit, man. But let's get into some recruiting. Been a lot of commitments amongst all three programs. The biggest one's probably in Florida State. They flipped something from Georgia. Streets have been churning. I've been saying for a few weeks I thought Xavier Filsami was going to commit for the University of Florida. He commits at the spring game. 5-star, depending on which site you on. Composite 4-star. If they was in the rankings today, he'd be a 5-star. So I'm gonna call him a 5-star. Five-star in my eyes, man. Top 35 is always 5 stars. With the composites on 247. So Xavier Filsami, his top 5 before he committed was Georgia, LSU, Oregon, and USC Cali. We win that battle out. He's originally from Orlando. He gets to come back home. I think Corey Raymond did a great job recruiting him and getting him into the fold, into that mindset of leaving Texas, which he's out there in Texas, and coming back home. He does have a relationship with DJ Lagway. Actually ran into both of those guys when I was going through the buildings at the spring game this past week. Seen them flicking it up, having a good time. But both of those guys are in Texas right now. Our Texas recruiting is through the moon. I like how global recruiting is getting right now as well. I like the local and putting up our fence locally. But I like the buzz that we're getting outside of our normal Southeast parameter that everybody say we should shut down. We shutting that down, but we're also getting into some other states. He's a track guy, 10,500 meter verified speed. On 200 meter, he's running a 22.3, extremely fast. Downhill, runs the tunnel. I got him as a strong safety right now. He has the speed and athleticism to play free safety. Just needs to develop on that side from the film that I've seen. Not saying he can't do it, but a lot of his highlights when you look at the film on Huddle, it's a lot of downhill, running the alley. He plays a little star in that film as well, so a lot of versatility at that spot. Love that. We haven't had a good star and anybody to play that position well since Chauncey Gardner left. We've been struggling there, so get a guy that's flexible that can play a little bit of star and also you can move him to safety is a lot of help. Well-rounded room overall for my man Corey Raymond. Still got some more guys in that room. Xavier Mincy is a guy on the board still. Jordan Pride, of course, the decommit from Florida State. We've been talking about for a few weeks now. He's a guy I expect to choose in the next couple of weeks. If it goes that far, anywhere within 10 to 14 days, I think he's going to end up making a decision. That's just my guess. He hasn't put anything out there. Jarvis Boatwright is another safety that's out there. Brayshawn Williams, Lakeland kid, and also Fred Gaskin III. So the safety board, we have 2 committed right now, but it's still a lot of bodies out there, and I expect us to add 1, maybe 2 more. Our safeties, we're recruiting, like I said, for star as well. A lot of programs are. Most programs are. So that's our big commit. We got Kanan Daniels as well. I think I talked about that last show. So we got 2 last week. I called 3. We got 2. One of the guys I was expecting to commit, I expect to commit in the next 10, 14 days. So we'll see how that all plays out. It's a lot of guys that gave some nods this past week. And I think the staff is going to use that strategically to lay it out in the next few weeks. It's commit season. You're going to see the end of April, May, June, and also July. The dominoes start falling in the recruiting world. And I think we got some stuff laid out here. Guys that I feel we're surging on and I feel good about, 4-star receiver Terrence TJ Moore out of Tampa Catholic. We got into the party a little late, but I think we're leading right now from somebody close to his situation. 6'4", 190-pound guy, freakish talent. He's only played varsity football 1 year. Right now, the battle is between us, Clemson, and Tennessee. I like where we're staying right now. Don't know what his timetable is, but I got us leading. Shout out to my man Corey Bender. All this information I just got right there on TJ Moore is definitely from Corey Bender at On3. I like to give people credit where I get information from. Chris Jones is another linebacker I feel good about. He set an official visit with us for June 2nd. He should be coming several days. He also has a official visit set up with Georgia June 16th. Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State are the schools in the mix for him. Jay Bateman is doing a good job of recruiting him. He's from the Virginia area. He's doing a good job with making Chris feel at home whenever he comes to Gainesville. Shout out to Jay Bateman. We were to land that kid, there would be 3 linebackers in the top 250. It's been a long time since we've recruited linebacker at that type of level. So we'll see how we close. I also think he's choosing before the season starts. And I think we lead over Georgia right there. We'll see how it all works out. I spoke about Carter Smith last show, the 2025 quarterback that we offered. On paper, we have a 2025 commit with Austin Simmons. So we kind of laid out what was going on there. I think Austin Simmons reclassified. Carter Smith is an offer that went out in the same class. And then another went out this week, Bryce Underwood, another quarterback in the 2025. So I don't think we're being that aggressive in 25 for no apparent reason. You can kind of read the tea leaves of what's going on here a little bit. Another defensive back, I'm not going to say we're surging, but we're in the door. And he's coming on a little late. I like his size. Checked out his film. Very athletic. Cornerback out of Tampa Catholic. Same school. I was just speaking of a TJ Moore, so they're teammates. Jameer Grimsley, 4-star cornerback. He's 6'2", 6'3". He's saying he's 6'3". Also runs a sub 1100 meter. Very tall, safety, rangy. Penn State was the first one to offer him. So shout out to Franklin and Siler and all those guys out there. Manny Diaz is in his bag right now with the evaluations. But they're the first one to spy him and offer him. I think this kid's going to soar up the rankings. I think you'll start seeing Georgia and Alabama get into his recruitment as well. But we're players in that. I think Penn State leads right now because they were first. Buchholz, defensive lineman, also came this week. I feel good where we're at in his recruitment. Kendall Jackson. He has some visits set up. He also dropped a top 6 this past Monday, which was Florida, Kentucky, Miami, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, and Texas. That's a tough crew to be in. I also know he's making a visit to Alabama and Georgia. Some other programs want to see him in person. A lot of those programs, the top tier guys could offer late and still win. Just like what happened with Aaron Nolan in the Ohio State and Miami situation. Some guys or some programs are just in a position where they could offer a little later and still grab a kid. So, but Kendall Jackson is one of those guys that I would love to get in our trenches locally right there in Buchholz. We'll see how it all plays out. Commit watch. Like I spoke about possibly, who did I say I had on commit watch? Did I put anybody on commit watch? I didn't. TJ Moore is not on commit watch. What I'm talking about. Jordan Pride is who I have on commit watch, the 4-star defensive back that decommitted from Florida State. I expect him to choose. That's who I said. I expect him to choose in the next 2 weeks or so. Mario Craver is a receiver that's been getting some crystal balls from us as well, and some predictions on the different sites. I expect him to. I think we leading his recruitment. A very explosive kid out the slot. 5'9", one of those guys, like I said, 10'4", 10'5", 100-meter guy, verified speed, super tracky, out of Georgia. Georgia got some killers, man. Every year they just loaded with anything you need football recruiting-wise. They got a plethora of it. Plethora, however you say that word, tomato. That's where I'm at in recruitment. I think we get in the next, it's heating up, so I think we get one like every week or so. And then like as it winds down for April, May, you just sprinkle that news out. Good news. You got to be able to, keep the vibes going instead of getting 3 at a spring game and then you're quiet for a month. So let it all play out. Where we at? 6 right now? I think we're 6 or 7 or 8 around there. We're the top 10 recruiting class right now. We have the highest average in all of the land. I think we're second behind Georgia. Georgia just added a 5-star this past week, and they have the highest average. We have the second highest average. I love the quality. Last year we had the highest average, just top tier quality. Hopefully our quantity can match the quality, and we can have a top 5 class this year. I wasn't expecting. I think recruiting's doing better than I thought it would do this cycle. I thought last year class would be better. My expectations were thrown off. This year I thought we'd take a step back just from relationship wise. Sometimes you just need the cards in your in your hand, and you get dealt the right cards. I didn't like the cards we were dealt as far as like Gator holes this year. But it's playing out. These guys are just flat out recruiting. We're winning in some areas I didn't think we win in. We're going nationally, and DJ Lagway's name is carrying some weight. You're going to see some receivers start folding here a little bit. It's another athlete. I'm forgetting his name. Bussy. What's his first name? He's the number 1 athlete overall in the country. We just offer him. He's out of Texas. I expect us to jump into his recruitment very heavy. He has a relationship with DJ Lagway. He thinks very highly of him. It's going to pick up a little bit here. But just vibe. Receiver ain't never going to be a thing. We're going to always recruit receiver at a very elite way because Billy did it at Bama. He's an all-time legendary wide receiver recruiter. Brian Hartline before his time is what Billy Napier was. So I expect us to eat at receiver. And the dominoes will start to fall. Bussy Terry. I don't know how it goes. Vice versa. But he was just thrown on my radar by some people in the know. They think we'll get in on his recruitment because of Lagway, the Texas relationship. So we'll see how all that play out. But keep that name on your ears a little bit.
For shizzle. You want to go next, C, or you want me to go?
You can jump in. We pretty much do the same order as previous, so that's fine.
All right.
Y'all got some fireworks over there, man. You got to get off.
Get it off, baby. Shout out to Miami, boy. Y'all boys went from, boy, I'm telling you, like PPP scammers. Y'all had bank rolls, dog. Y'all was getting designer. Now it look like y'all thrifting a little bit, man. Y'all at Home Goods. A little bit.
Marshall still work, bro.
That would have looked like
him. Marshall's right.
That would have looked like
true religion.
That would have looked like. I feel you. Yeah. Go on, get it off now. We got 200 on it for those who ain't see the timeline bet. Me and Sook got 200 on that. So I
double down. I'm down to double. You want to double down?
Every
time y'all get a 0 star, I might double down.
Another two,
right? You want to get paid or not? You talking my ass betting now. You want to make it 1,000?
Speaking of betting, bro. Speaking of, man, I ain't even gonna get into it.
No. Talk about it a little bit. But
talk about it a little bit, man.
Man. I like, bro. Like, who raised y'all cats, bro? First of all, that's what I want to know. Who raised y'all? Like, for real. Like, where I'm from, bro. If you don't pay your bets, your face ain't clean at all, right? So you shouldn't be coming around this, that, and another if your face ain't clean.
You gotta stay home.
You gotta stay home inside, because every time people go be like, "What's up?" But
you
again,
buying gas and you owe me money?
Why you doing that? Walt? You take your buy your kids birthday gifts and you ain't no birthday, bro. Give my money first.
Kids. I need mine. Right. You should have thought about that.
Nah, man, we got this UF fan though. Like, I don't understand this shit at all. This motherfucker here, he seeked me out for the $200 bet. Was talking big shit throughout the whole 2022 season, leading up to that FSU and UF game. Long story short, you guys kind of know the backstory. FSU won. X my money. He been ducking and dodging, saying, "Oh, I was playing trolling." Ha ha ha.
Oh.
Why the fuck are you coming to my mentions in fucking April, bro, trying to troll about some shit like that? Shit ain't happening in fucking November.
Cause that man said he was bullshit. He just was playing.
Nah,
he just was playing, man.
But that's the thing, though. He wasn't playing. He was
I know damn well he wasn't
serious.
playing. Everybody
Dead
playing
serious.
about no money, man.
Everybody playing when they lose. See, it's all just jokes, and it's just.
And I guarantee you, before I even got out, if we would have lost, before I got out of Dope Campbell Stadium, right, he'd have been mentioning my stuff, and rightfully so. I would have gave it to him. Then you feel me? That's what that's how it's supposed to be.
And that's why it's foul right there. I said that on the timeline, like, bro, if you make it, this guy was gonna pay you. So in my mind, once I don't get paid a bet, I'm like, okay, you was just trying to finesse me, bro. You weren't even on a real like playing game.
Because I promise you, bro, it wouldn't have been no joking, trolling, fake. This motherfucker say he put a fake cash app out there. So you reach out to bet me, and you put like, come on, dog, like you too grown for this shit. And you say you working 60 damn hours a week. You working 60 motherfucking hours a week, bro. You first of all, you got a little damn cash that I freeze. I mean, in my damn.
We can hear you.
Keep going.
Okay, yeah. you making this damn. You working 60 damn hours a week. You can't put 200 to the side. Well, first you got bigger issues than to keep your damn money. I don't know if your girl give. I don't know if your wife or your girl give you a weekly allowance or some of that type of shit. You just too ashamed to ask for the 200. But bro, don't. You feel me? That's cool.
That's crazy.
But don't come with my damn mentions trying to troll on some shit when you looking crazy out here. People don't respect that, bro, at all. Like on some real shit. Nobody respect that. I'm being on some outside of that big three trolling on some real shit. Like, bro, some grown man shit. You look real funny. I'm gonna keep it to you. Look real fucking funny in the light. Real funny. Yeah. And I don't respect it at all.
Hell nah. Don't bet me and you don't plan on paying. Cause I plan on seeing you if I don't get my money, bro. I'm being serious. And it ain't even like it's not gangster, none of that shit. It's just if you would have won my money, you would have wanted my money. Period.
So I got the game, man. I got the game. I bet people I know, bro. I had 1 year. I knew I was supposed to clear it in the green, man. I won so many bets. But I ended up in the red because I'm the only one, like, nobody ain't paying me. And I ain't gonna delete my account. I can't go nowhere, bro. This is my place of work. I show up to Twitter every morning like it's an office, bro. So I'm showing up to work, bro. I can't delete my account.
Just get up out of there. Yeah.
Bro, that's the thing. But this dude here after the game when it made a private account, I think he made a whole different account. Matter of fact, after the game. So you lock your account, you make a new account, and then you still come back and fucking troll me. Like bro, that makes no sense to me.
But league and audacity, man.
Yeah.
The audacity, bro. Lead the league in that shit, man.
I'm telling you, man. Y'all just be careful, man. That ass bet get hands and feet put on you real quick because I need mine.
That's another thing.
When I bet, I'm gonna tell you. I rarely
check that your ass can't cash, and don't bite too bark too much that you can't bite off, right? When you troll this, that, another, you go hard, and when the actual game come, you locking your account up and all that. Nah, bro. Nah.
Yeah.
Stand on business and take no trolls.
When I bet, I'm just like you.
Man.
When I bet, I'm just like you, bro. I plan on winning.
That
okay, that's why I try not to make the shit emotional.
Kind of mute it, man.
Because every time I bet, I plan on winning. But guess what? You lose sometimes. So when I plan on winning, I already spent your money. I promise you. I probably got a jersey in mind. I done spent your money. So when I do actually win, I'm like, hell yeah, boy, I'm finna go let me load my card up because I know Cuz finna send me my money. And you don't see my money, man. I'm heartbroken, man. You get hands and feet put on you like that for real. But we'll move on. Pay your bets, sucker.
And that's the thing, though. Like, where I'm from, and I'm pretty sure y'all too. Like, that's why I don't understand that. Like, how you must have been raised completely different. You feel me? To be all loosey goosey and okay with that shit as a man, bro. Like, I don't know, bro.
They just like I say, they gonna lean on that internet shit, but that's cap. That shit trash. Do what you're supposed to do. But anyways, we'll get into the hottest.
Let's talk these hero stars,
block, man.
Refresh too, Larion. You kind of froze up.
Am I?
No, I think it's his computer.
I think you just lagged a little bit. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it moving. So we did get we have 4 commits now. We just got one as we started recording. We start from the bottom. Unranked offensive lineman Juan Minaya. He is a tackle that I've been talking about quite a bit. I brought him up several shows at least at this point. He's a big body kid, 6'6", around 310. I saw him at the spring game pictures. He's got good body composition. Nice
frame. I ain't gonna lie to you.
At such a young age, Doesn't look like he has carrying any bad weight at all. He is out of New Jersey. He's probably playing at a smaller school because I never heard of his school either. So I would imagine that is why he's unranked. I think this is just an early identification by the staff, sticking to their guns. They haven't cared about him being unranked up to this point. Yeah, I'm not mad at that at that take at this point. I think this is the staff right now, and the trolls is trolls. I like it. They funny. They good ones. Not mad at them at all, man. One thing about Larion, good ones I laugh at. I just don't respond to y'all. I be laughing on looking at my phone. I just don't join in because I ain't got nothing to shoot back with. Yeah, I actually like this take as an early identification. Also, we got 3-star. He was unranked. I think he still is unranked by the other services as of right now. 247 did go ahead and give him a 3-star. Probably the day he committed to us. He was unranked before. Dylan Day. He's he's the safety / he's probably gonna play more of a nickel role. Out of Louisiana, out of Southern Lab. He is a guy that basically was offered 3 times by Guidry. First at the Tulane, Marshall, Tulane, and then once he got to Miami, he stuck to his gun. So this is just a guy he's really high on. He's a really fast kid. He's a track kid, and they project him to probably play either play in that nickel and safety type position. He does actually have a few other more notable offers. I don't have them listed right here, but anyways, he did go ahead and commit to us. 3-star running back Chris Wheatley Humphrey, out of Fort Lauderdale. He's 6 foot 175, speedster type running back. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, okay. I looked like y'all was talking to each other. That's why I was like, wait a minute. I looked up. I looked like y'all was talking to each other. My bad. This guy averaged almost 17 yards a carry. Looking for a speed back. I know we had our eyes on Jared Gibson. Trying to work that one. He asked. Actually, I got him listed with my official visits over here. He set up an official visit. Jared Gibson is number 1 running back, number 25 national, 6'9". So June 9th, he set up an official with Miami. We definitely made up a lot of ground there. Not penciling him in the class yet, but I definitely think we made great leaps and bounds with him.
Y'all gotta save y'all. That's what y'all saving money for him.
Well, and then you got your IMG Shies, which is working for us because his teammates are right there. So
man, Texas, and these others, they the way they value running backs is extremely high. I'm glad we got Chauncey Bowens before his market got hot, and we still got to hold on to him and fend off Georgia and Bama in some programs. But Jared Gibson is asking for some
boatload of money.
Cedric Baxter is the one that left to Texas last year. He asking for those types of bags.
He went to Texas. Yeah,
right.
Okay, I don't know what these kids get. I was reading the Rashada story on 3. So if y'all get a chance, run that story. It's a free story. It's not behind the paywall. You probably can just look him up. And it was kind of getting
They can't get my click. I'm sorry.
No, man, they can. Whatever.
Now go ahead, finish.
Just read the story if you want to. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was a little bit interesting. Just it was getting a little bit into some of the NIL stuff and how he ultimately ended up at Arizona State. I thought it was kind of an interesting story. And then our biggest name commit would be 4-star Chance Robinson. This is one we saw coming probably for the last week or two. And he decided to commit at the spring game. So 4-star out of St. Thomas Aquinas.
And that was the guy that was on our board fairly high, a wide receiver, Chance Robinson. Ben Hyppolite leaving was a key factor in his recruitment and relationships wise. Our receiver coach was gone, new receiver coach. And Ben Hyppolite was really the relationship there is for South Florida. So
and he's with us now for those.
Correct, and he's at Miami. So
for those not to know, he came on back home. So outside of that, I'll get into some of the bigger name visitors we had for either the spring or this last week. Most of these guys are spring game guys, but there were some that just visited throughout the week. I'm not going to necessarily call out each one. But 5-star defensive lineman Justin Scott, he actually was there for the whole week. 6'4", 310 kid out of Chicago. He is number 12 nationally out of all ranked players. He said, he really enjoyed his time. I think he got to have a girlfriend or something, bro. That man was there for the whole week. And he said Miami's definitely getting an official. I think he got 2 set. I want to say Georgia, Tennessee. Don't quote me on that, but I think he has 2 set, and he's like, Miami's definitely gonna get one. So that'll be on the horizon. Good work there with the staff. 5-star Aiden Breland was in attendance. Talked about him quite a bit, so you're familiar with that name. 5-star edge Colin Simmons out of Texas. He's the number 3 national player in the league. I think he start by y'all too, right? So
Who that?
Colin Simmons, the kid from Texas.
Oh yeah. Colin Simmons. Yeah, he was up and through there. I seen him also at he was in there with Lagway and all them boys. He's driving the bag up too. He on that drive the bag up tour.
I have no faith in him coming to Miami. We didn't even get a quote from him. I didn't hear anything from that guy. So
very good.
I think he was just hanging out in Florida. Everybody says, like, as a matter of fact, I actually heard he was like FaceTiming the LSU people and all that. So like he's an LSU crystal ball right now, lean. I think he was just vibing while he was down in Florida and checking things out. So I think he does end up there, but he did come hang out. 5-star wide receiver JoJo Trader, still considered a Miami lean at this time. He came and hung out as well. Him and Chance Robinson was said to be kicking it quite a bit. And then we got 4-star interior offensive lineman Isandra Afua, 6 foot 310 out of Seattle, number 77 player in the nation. Made a lot of good headway there. Mario still got those Pacific Northwest ties. I'm always going to be excited about kids with last names it's hard for me to pronounce on that O-line. And that they got the wavy hair, bro. Looks like we got good traction there with that situation. 4-star defensive lineman T.A. Cunningham. Name I also been mentioning. He came around. He was hanging out. Jordan Thomas, 4-star defensive lineman Jordan Thomas out of Don Bosco in New Jersey. Number 140 player nationally. 6'5", 290 defensive lineman. So you can see here is a concentrated effort on getting these big boys on campus and trying to increase their interest in the school. 4-star defensive lineman Jericho Johnson, 6'4", 300 out of California. He also came to kick it. And let's see who else we got. 4-star running back Kevin Riley, 5'11", 195 out of Alabama, number 121 in the nation. He was a guy that Kevin Smith had identified like is his top running back. So there's some relationship there. I guess he decided to come and kick it and maybe see where the interest is from our side of the staff now that Kevin's gone. But he did pull up. I don't know if he's still as high on our board without Kevin Smith around. But he did pull up and hang out for a while. A few more names on mission. We'll get out of here. 2 safeties actually committed to Georgia. To Mello Jones, 6'1", 175 out of Swainsboro, Georgia. He's a UGA commit at safety. And Jalen Hayward, 6 foot, 180 safety out of Rockledge, right up the road from me. He was kicking it around a lot lately too, and he actually set up an official visit for the 23rd. 23rd is supposed to be a pretty big weekend. Ricky Knight III will be there that weekend. Recent commit Juan Minaya will be there that weekend as well. A few other names expected to be added to that list. That's going to be a pretty big weekend for us. Hayward, I know we've been making some movement with for sure. He kind of reached out and was like, hey, I think it's because it's weird because now you got 2 Georgia safeties that are both committed to them coming to, hang out in Miami. So I think they got 3 committed right now, 3 top safeties. So I think maybe these guys are just making sure their options are open. I think we actually got a pretty decent shot with Hayward. And see, he may be a guy that could end up in this class. And see, 3 offers and I'm done, man. I got 4-star wide receiver Cameron Coleman, 6'3", 180 out of Alabama. 3-star tight end / wide receiver Corey Duff Jr., 6'5", 210 pounds out of New York. We're recruiting him at wide receiver. And unranked safety / linebacker Jaden Smith, 6'3", 195 out of Charlotte. We are recruiting him, I believe, at linebacker. And that's about all I got. Oh, 2025 4-star quarterback Beckham Kritza was also the he's number 5 quarterback right now, 56 nationally in the 2025 class. He was there with some of the other Cali kids, came and hang out for a while. And Lou Cristobal, offensive lineman out of Georgia State, is grad transfer, just entered the portal. He's his nephew,
and it's bad, boy. But got the homeboy he used to play with on the defensive tackle. No competition back and forth.
That's his nephew. That is Mario Cristobal's nephew. So he'll be in the fold. Grad transfer with 2 years
Georgia
left
State,
to play.
Baby, I love it.
Hey, his PFF grades ain't bad. You know, that's all I can go by. PFF grades is actually like a 79 pass, 79 rush.
Mario came home to pad here.
I mean, you going against defensive tackles like the one y'all just got from Georgia State, so it can be kind of high, right?
Nice little battle in practice.
Oh yeah,
boy, it's gonna be him versus the go-kart package.
Roommates again.
That ain't no good. I hope he can play. I hope he's Miami caliber, because if Mario is bringing in guys just because they his family and giving them whole scholarships, bro, that's a different level of
nepotism.
Nepotism.
That's how it goes. But I mean, he does have the size.
You know?
He does have the size. And like I said, his PFF grades are pretty solid. You know, we'll see. We'll see if he's a Miami caliber guy. I don't think he's just gonna start because he's nephew. I don't think that's gonna happen. He bring him in. I don't think he's just gonna start. Unk my ass. I brought you in. Now you got to fight for your spot now. That's it. That's all I can do. Could have caged your ass to Georgia State. But he graduated. He's a grad transfer too, though. So
as Zion spot up in the air, so you could probably just hop right in. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. I'll say that too if I was you.
Man, Mario out here doing favors for the family, bro.
You got to do it, man. You got to go to Thanksgiving sometime.
Do favors for the program first, bro.
That piece.
Shout out to that, man. Y'all just got to transfer. Y'all just got to transfer real quick. Just hit the portal. Logan, just do something in the chat. And Tavius Woody.
Yeah, I got 2 transfers that actually hit the portal. I'll talk about them in a second.
Oh, I was like, all
right. My bad. I'll knock out Woody. Yeah, Tavius Woody, and this one makes no sense to me at all. Yeah, and Tavius Woody just hit the portal. This made literally no sense. 4 stars.
I ain't gonna play because Fabo ain't got but so many games. All you gotta do is sit tight. Game 3, he be getting all action.
You want to go play then, to be honest with you.
Well, come on and get out of there. The white shirt man don't make no sense.
Because he was a redshirt freshman. His actual true freshman year was last year.
This kid don't have no patience.
No patience at all. But redshirt freshman. He was originally recruited as an offensive lineman, flipped the defense. Well, he played both in high school. Atkins won out and had him on the offensive line. He flipped to the defensive line. I thought that was his highest upside, where the majority of FSU fans felt Woody had the highest upside playing defensive tackle. But yeah, I don't understand hitting the portal right now, especially just after your first year. I think he would have definitely, he'd have played at FSU for sure. Probably not this year, but again, that'd be your red shirt freshman year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's not a bad thing. But these kids nowadays, and also this was the kid. He was a 4-star prospect, but he did not sign with FSU in December, or any other school in December rather, because his grades were just too bad. And FSU kind of stuck with him and said, "Hey, you do this, you do that. We could lock it down and get you in February." Long story short, FSU was one of the few schools that did stick by him. The kid was a top 250 player out of high school. Before all the information came out, then the grade stuff came and dropped to like a low 3-star. FSU stuck with him throughout that whole process. That's just crazy to me. But shout out to him. Hopefully the situation pans out again. You're a red shirt freshman. I'm not sure what the market is like, especially when you didn't play last year. Like I said, like I was kind of telling you about, I don't know who the hell was talking about at the beginning of the damn show, but those rankings, so Zion, matter of fact, but yeah, those rankings that you had in high school and those offers you had in high school, it don't carry over to the portal like that, man. Especially when you haven't played in, going on 2 years, that type of deal. It doesn't really translate to the portal like that.
Zion was a 3-star. Man, he
No,
might
I
have
was
been
just saying.
unranked till we offered him actually, but
I was
go
just
ahead.
using
I'm
him as an
with you.
example as far as
Film
little
and
joke out the wild.
been a
Yeah,
while, right? Been a
right.
while
So
since
I think
you've had action. I feel you.
correct. So we'll see how that plays out. The kid is from Alabama. I don't know nobody need like big time P5 schools coming after him based off of it's just too limited. But we'll see how it plays out. Definitely rooting for him. But this one I do kind of understand. He was a forced at one point, but Brendan Gant, linebacker, he did enter the transfer portal. I
Gant?
definitely understand. Yeah, Gant entered the portal.
Yeah.
So I definitely understand that. I think he was second team coming into the spring, but from what I was hearing, he may have got bumped a little bit by the kid. That was that linebacker name, the red shirt freshman linebacker from down in Fort Lauderdale. He was Hakeem Williams' teammate. Matter of fact, just drew a blank. I'll get that name in a second. But again, though, yeah, he ended up in the transfer portal. Gant's been I respect Gant, man. He been doing things the right way as far as doing his time at FSU. Never really complained about playing time. Took special teams to heart. Was a special teams demon for us. Made some plays last year as a backup linebacker as well. So I do want to give Gant his flowers. I definitely understand, and I hope he pans out moving forward wherever he may go. But yeah, he's already been offered by UCF, which I think would be a really good move for him, knowing that Ernie Sims, former FSU linebacker, is the linebackers coach at UCF. And with Gant being from Polk County, it's right around the corner from home. So I think that could be a good landing spot for him if he was to transfer there. And also, of course, Dion offered him too out the gate. So so far he has Colorado, Deion Sanders, and he has UCF as far as offers. He ended the portal yesterday, so that's pretty good for Gant. Omar Graham Jr., that's the linebacker that I think FSU is pretty high on. That plays some good ball. Shout out to S. Dot, man. Say off paternity, back at work. Had to reschedule a kind to be here. Recruiting up. Team look good. Go Knowles. Appreciate you joining us, bro, for sure.
Thanks, bro.
Already.
But yeah, I think that linebacker, Omar Graham Jr., they're really high on Omar, and that may have bumped things in regards to Gant to go ahead and, hey, let me have a change of scenery and try to play my last year, some meaningful snaps and start somewhere. So shout out to Gant. That's what we got so far as far as the portal news. I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot more coming forth in the next few weeks. So next show we'll definitely have more updates on the portal entries. Let's jump to some recruiting real quick. FSU did get 3 commitments since the last show. So pretty eventful weekend for FSU to say the least. We'll start with the first one. 4-star receiver, athlete rather, Lawayne McCoy, from Miami Central. Explosive player, big time athlete, a receiver. He made a lot of plays for Miami Central. Real sticky hands, makes a lot of good plays after catch. He also plays corner for Miami Central, but I know we're recruiting him to play receiver. So shout out to the Don't, man. I know he was up on a visit this Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Then he didn't stay for the spring game because he had a 7-on-7 tournament down in the Orlando area. But yeah, I want to shout out to Miami Hurricanes media. Gabby said he's on commit watch, and then we had X, man. He said, y'all gonna get Lawayne McCoy. He even doubled down on the commitment after he was committed to FSU. 15 minutes later, man. So shout out to those guys. I'm not sure what intel they had, but from what I was hearing in regards to Lawayne,
I'll trick that boy. His parents wasn't there, nothing. Then he got out of town.
Oh, okay, so we tricked him. Gotcha.
Yeah, he ain't gonna stick.
Yeah, he ain't gonna stick.
One ain't gonna stick. Nah.
You think his parents gonna talk him out of it?
Nah, I mean,
everybody saying everybody around that situation like what? Like it's people. It's like nobody. Yeah, nobody on
because he see the green light and he don't. You know what I'm saying? He want his, right, because he want his coaches twerking in his videos and stuff.
Your coach producing the video.
No.
Your coach producing the song. That's the head coach.
My coach laid down and said, "Hey, listen, bro. That's what Duke said. Hey, listen,
that was the head coach.
Listen here, young boy. All that twerking you got in the videos. Nah, we ain't rocking like that. Come to Dope. Come to Tallahassee. We go get you the ball. We go play real football. You will be coached by a receiver coach that ain't got to do all that fake twerking and stuff to get you to commit. Let's rock, baby. Come to Death Row. That's exactly what Duke said to him. You know what's real though? I can 100% see Duke saying that shit too.
Just, let him say all that.
Just knowing it. But yeah, y'all not getting Lawayne. He, like he said, the relationships. Y'all can go all that funny stuff. The relationships.
Trick the young man. Harass the young man while he was there.
Y'all didn't know the boys on campus. Y'all dropping
exactly. His mama ain't know he was there neither.
That's bad
They
parenting, in my
sneaking out the
opinion, man.
house.
You gotta do better as a parent, then.
Oh, now you're so man, mama. Come on home, man.
Nah, you threw that out there.
No, I just told you the truth.
If you don't know your son,
your
son that he's 7 hours away, then that's a problem.
I ain't sold her as a parent. These things happen. These kids go and move and do things like they don't want, like they ain't supposed to do.
Okay, let's put it this way. What would let's answer this question. What would push Miami over the top than FSU? What does Miami have to offer that FSU don't have to offer? What does Miami have better for him that FSU don't have? Let's talk that way then. Why would he go to Miami over FSU?
Taylor, make sure that screen share is going down, my guy.
Hey, I hear it.
You hear it?
What?
What
the hell am I listening to?
Twerking in the videos, dancing in the camera.
What they got to do with anything? Just relationships, bro.
Here's a video that CJ was talking about. If you're listening to it on YouTube, this is worse. This is worse than the Cormani birthday shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Go saying happy birthday.
What coach is on there?
The receiver coach.
Oh, okay. I can't hardly see.
Yeah, he doing some
man doing
walk
a little
it out.
2-step. Yeah,
now walk it out. Now walk it out. Now walk it out. Now walk it out. That's
God
crazy.
God forbid they have some fun. Okay.
Man, let me call Wayne right now, man. Get his ass.
Call him up.
Let's straighten this shit out right now.
That man ain't gonna listen.
Soon as dude gets seen that, hey,
we'll revisit it.
McCoy, it's the don't. Man, come on to tell us next week. I'm sure how that shit really goes.
It's a reason everybody feel that way, man. But
got his ass up to tell that next week. Hey man, come up here. Let's shake all that bullshit off. Let's talk some real football.
Yeah, okay.
But I got a question for you and everybody else that feel like I got a question for you and everybody else that feel like, this, that, another. It ain't gonna stick. What does Miami have to offer, or what does Miami has better for him?
Relationships, man. You know how it
Curry
goes.
Brown.
Relationships. He the one who spoke on relationships with his commitment. He the one who said relationships at FSU mattered the most.
Okay, well, brother, listen. I'm not excited about this shit. I'm just telling you what I was told. I don't know the young man personally.
Who told you that? Who told you that first? Who told you that?
People told me, man.
Who?
Some people told me, man. Some people, man. More than one person. Do not expect this situation to go the same.
People that was wrong, right?
The double down.
People wrong and right all the time. People that repeat these kids, man. Why you so upset? Y'all tricked that man.
Trick?
You pressured that man like y'all pressured Wesley Bassett to throwing the U down. Y'all pressured that man. Come on, man.
Pressure him to do that?
Kid, yes, y'all did. Ought to be ashamed of yourself. Pressure children.
Larry, you think they snuck him to the moon underage or something like that?
Something, man. They put a little pressure on a young boy. He had a little fun. And he said, I want to be here. Then
that
mama called him and said, what you doing?
That boy posted up with pictures with Dalvin Cook, vibing, man. Really,
that's a fun time, yeah.
That boy ain't messing with that.
Visitor high, man. Visitor high.
Visitor high. Okay.
He that good?
I mean, clearly, y'all want him back. Clearly, you must be that damn good. Y'all saying they're gonna stick.
Y'all was doing the snaking leg with him, bro.
I'm not videos. He must be okay.
I'm not telling you from a personal stance that I think, this kid is otherworldly, whatever. I'm just telling you, there's a lot of people around the program that do not believe he will stick with that.
I mean, those are the same people that was putting in predictions too, right? So I understand.
Right, and they stick by it because they like it was a complete shock, and most people don't think that
because they not tapped in like that, bro.
Hey man, the streets in the comments, man. The roll up family is saying that X told you that information.
Yeah, X is the only person I talk to. Everybody know X said it. X is on the timeline saying it. And he doubled down on it. Yeah, of course not. But it's not just eggs. But thank you very much. But when it do happen, then just come back and apologize, whoever that was.
So when
Jeremiah Xander said the kid's been on campus 8 times in the last year. I mean, he's a Tallahassean. 8 times is a
surprise, though.
Again, my brother, this ain't last.
That's why Mom let him go.
I don't know why this is so important about this kid. Like he is God in cleats. He does or he doesn't.
But
I'm just telling you
how it played out.
The temperature. Correct. That's what it is. The stuff y'all saying ain't adding up. That's what it's saying. That's what
I'm telling you. The
narrative that's being
painted. Know him personally. Don't think this will stick. That's all. Just like when Bruno committed to Florida, people thought was shocked by it and they didn't think he would stick. That's what I'm telling you.
Y'all said this about Andy Jean last year too, though. Same crew.
Early, yeah, very early, and then very quickly that changed. I agree with that. I'm telling you, early on.
Same people that told me they was getting Hakeem Williams.
Man,
too,
I hope
so.
God y'all get this kid, man, because you too excited about him.
Nah, bro.
Too excited.
Just the narrative they putting out. It ain't the narrative ain't narrating enough, man.
Okay.
It ain't narrating.
Yeah. So shout out to Lil Wayne. We had a fun time on the timeline trolling that one. It was good. It was a good day. We also got, this was the biggest one of the weekend, man. Landon Thomas, 5-star tight end prospect out of Coca, Georgia. Man, big time playmakers. Committed to FSU previously. Been up decommitting after those rough 2020 season, if I'm not mistaken. Committed to Georgia, being a long time commit for them. Long story short, the 2022 season, we had some progress and showed some posts on the field. 2023 has been a regular on campus since the start of the year. Once that it was known that he was going to opt to come to our spring game versus Georgia's, the writing was kind of on the wall for that one. I didn't think it would happen this quickly as far as the commitment, but I'm definitely happy to have Landon Thomas back in the fold. I mean, big time playmaker, man. This kid is electric with the ball in his hands. Moves like a receiver to be so big. If you guys check out his film, I would share it, but my internet is moving kind of slow, so I don't want to, fuck up a good thing right now. But yeah, definitely Landon Thomas is a big time playmaker.
He ain't gonna stick.
Where you going? Back to Georgia? He going to Miami too.
Nah, I ain't gotta be Miami.
He going to Miami too. You getting everybody, right?
No.
Shout out to that shout out to that list y'all got going too, man. Y'all getting everybody, man.
Oh my God, what a great day. It's a graphic out there with the wish list for Miami in this cycle, man. With percentages beside it.
Yeah,
there's some high percentages that's crossed out already, man.
Right. It's like 0 for 4 so far. But shout out to that. But no, I think Landon Thomas, he's a big time playmaker. To have him on the field, or excuse me, the things that Mike can do as far as scheming him on the field is going to be pretty interesting moving forward. And the last commitment we got from the weekend is BJ Gibson, 4-star receiver out of Georgia. I like this kid a lot, man. His film is legit. He had 70 catches. Yeah, he's a baller. They have 1,300 receiving yards and 16 touchdowns in high school. Two-sport athlete. He will be playing baseball for FSU as well. Real good getting BJ. The receiver room is kind of stacked, and I think they may take one receiver, maybe one or two receivers. I'll put it that way. I do know, and a lot of people have been asking questions about JoJo Trader and stuff like that. JoJo's spot is like secured. I mean, no matter how many receivers FSU take, if JoJo wanted in, I'm not gonna say I don't foresee. I know for a fact they won't turn that commitment down. But he ain't gonna stick either. Damn. I guess we gotta start recruiting these 3 stars and these 0 stars or whatever.
Maybe they get back in your territory.
Yeah,
better come on back where it's comfy.
One of their fans said they like the Louisiana players because they got 0 stars, but they also don't have 4 or 5 hats on the table. So get more humility on the roster.
Oh yeah, man. You gotta get these cats that's go work, man. They just happy to be there.
I know they all got national championship.
When you tussling with cats with offers from Nicholls State out of Louisiana, and you see Miami call, man, like you
gotta answer that
down, baby. You gotta answer every damn time. Or if I run out of class with Mario call. But no, shout out to BJ Gibbs. I think is a big time playmaker. Some other kids that was on campus. James Madison, 4-star receiver out of St. Thomas Aquinas. FSU is in a really good spot with them. I think he's FSU's if they push hard enough. He's scheduled official visits over the summer, so they're in a really good spot with him. Mekhi Dansley, 4-star running back out of Tallahassee, Florida High, had a lot of good stuff to say following the visit. It's a big 3 battle between Miami and Florida to battle for his services. I think FSU is in a really good spot for him. 4-star offensive tackle, Manase Etit, and if I'm pronouncing that wrong, forgive me. It's my second or third time trying to pronounce it. Once you commit, we can iron out the details to all of that. But big time 4-star prospect out of California, left tackle. He was on campus. Got some crystal balls in for him. He did say that FSU is his clear-cut number 1. That's another guy I would like to see. I foresee in this class. I think that's going to happen 100%, probably after he takes his official visits over the summer. So that's a guy to look out for as well. Kylan Fox, man, this was pretty interesting. 4-star tight end out of Georgia. Someone FSU's been recruiting pretty hard, has an official visit scheduled for over the summer. He had a conversation with 5-star commit Landon Thomas on Saturday, right after he actually committed to FSU silently. Lano's just pretty much recruited him to FSU, let him know that, hey, let's do some big things there, this, that, and another. So I think FSU is a good spot for Kylan. He'll be on campus. He was tweeting a lot also yesterday in regards to the commitment of Landon Thomas. Couple of the kids on to touch on real quick.
Whoa.
Balls, easy.
Yeah, my bad, man. Let's back up on that, man.
Have you
couple of players I'd like to speak on real quick.
Yeah, they register where you live. You keep talking like that, boy.
You're gonna be a red dot.
Charles Lester, 5-star cornerback, man. Another guy who, he didn't make it to the spring game. He was at a camp this weekend in Orlando, that same camp that I was talking about. The Miami commit, LaWayne McCoy was at. So
Florida State commit, man.
Oh, my bad. Yeah,
enjoy
so
the moment.
I know, man. See, that's the thing. I think that's what the beef is, because this is y'all time. You know what I'm saying? Doing, this is what y'all usually shine, right? So y'all ain't really got that time to get off right now. So I think that's what the beef is right here, bro. The shit ain't the off season ain't off season how it usually be.
Off season, having a bad real season and having a bad off season is tough. It's tough.
Just like last year, we ain't roll into June, July. That's what we really got to work. So
yeah,
we see the y'all working though.
Yeah, it's a different
vibe.
Yeah,
no, because y'all only had like 2 going into that June and July. Y'all only had a couple commits. Y'all got some commits.
Yeah, the bottom of the class. Well, go ahead.
Here's the thing, right? I mean, you don't want to start off at the bottom, because those are guys you can take at the end because they're like the lower ranked guys. But I think all guys, Billy started off a little slower last year to start as well, but the relationships are built. So my expectation was to get the momentum going, get that signal caller in, get your quarterback in. He started being the anchor of the class, and you get that thing rolling like traditionally how it works. The slow start ain't the same as last year, because it should be more established relationship. Yeah, you're losing guys on the board. Like, it's not like, oh, we're just gonna get started later and those guys are deciding later. No, you're losing guys that are in Tallahassee on their 8th, 9th visit, snuck away from their mama, and a lot of shit, man. Y'all got graphics out here saying y'all about to get them, doubling down. So the vibes is a little different, man. I do know it's early. It is April, but
yeah, I'm just relaxed. That's all. No
me too. I smoke a lot, man.
Yeah, we got 200 on that thing, man.
I'm ready to double down the 4.
Okay, calm down, man. I'm trying to pay you.
I know how to make people double down. I'm gonna get you.
You ain't finna make me double down. 200 was already doubling. 200 was already doubling. But we start with 100. I try to give you your money back. I try to let you get your money back. That's the only reason I'm letting you do 2.
No, it wasn't recruiting. I'm down, bro. The money ain't no issue, bro. Like,
it is for me.
Darren Height, I work too, bro. Everybody working.
I mean, I need mine.
Money ain't falling out the sky, bro. It's gonna fall. You gotta go work for it. But Darren Height, we could talk a little bit about the vibes last year. A lot of those battles we had won. Let's keep it a bean. We had them things won. We had a mold. We also had Ruiz Shenanigans, and we could talk about Eddie Rojas and the Gator Collective. They've been rebranded. That's gone. We haven't had any shenanigans. Every time, even with Malik Bryant, when it came up to his decision, we were about to land that kid, and it got pushed back, and he ended up at Miami because of a lot of shenanigans, and we think it was, some mold type situation. There's no mold in our office this cycle. We're going to see how it shakes out. But everything seems to be a lot smoother. We sent Darren Heitner down to Coral Gables, and it's looking a little clunky down there. So we'll see how it all goes out. And I'm ready to double down. Whenever you're ready to double down, we can take this thing 400.
Won't happen.
Them 0 stars.
I ain't no fool because I got to pay my bets. We already spoke on this. I ain't no fool. I got to pay my bets. So any bet I take, I'm willing to lose too now. So I go take some other bets somewhere else to help hedge.
Buddy on Twitter, he definitely willing to lose that shit.
I guess you got to strike your ego the right moment on the show. You know what I'm saying? Or in the group chat, and then you
I ain't never made no $400. I'll tell you right now.
That's all the beat, bro. That's all
never made no $400 bet. And the day ain't the day. It ain't gonna be next year. It will be 2 years after that. Made no $400.
That's how you get him, but give him emotion. That ego start.
Yeah, ego going.
I tell you what, you know when you gonna
that's
get.
That's how he got me to double down last cycle, bro. It just be ego shit.
Well, we 2 different individuals for sure.
Everybody got an ego. You just
not about this football team. Shit, me.
I'm telling you right now. You made 200 to bet off of logic. Ain't nothing logically betting off of.
I'm going. Yes, I am. I'm going off of what happened last year. I'm going off my staff. I'm going off of my beliefs. I think we will finish top in the state again. I didn't just make that bet just to be like, oh, just to brag. I still feel that way.
Your quarterback on the trail. The quarterback that y'all had in the fold last year was also Jaden Rashada. I don't think a lot of kids going to be excited to come play with.
And we still finished higher with him dropping, right? So that's what I'm saying.
But you had already accumulated your class. That's what I'm saying. Like you went on the trail and you was on the trail with a highly talented guy that was at Elite 11s. Other players are playing with him. You know, it's a thing. So
when he left the group,
your guy ain't going to the Elite 75, so he gonna be home all summer. He ain't going to nobody's stuff to be showing out.
He's gonna be at the Elite 11.
It's be a different vibe.
He be at the Georgia Elite 11 already. But no, like, you know, and then when he left the group chat, he was like Jerry Maguire. He's like, "Who's coming with me?" And everybody was like, "All right, see you later, Jaden."
Yeah,
peace.
Because he ain't no recruiter. Him himself, he's not. He's just not.
He's
and that's why I want to say about even with Emory. I think Emory didn't bat an eye at it anyway. I think he was around him. So I thought Emory, from a mindset perspective, I like Emory Williams just because when he didn't care if Jaden Rashada was there or not, he was gonna hold his own. He never budged. He never backed down from playing and competing for the spot. So I think mindset wise, he has a good mindset.
He just wanted to read real team to call him. That's all.
Yeah.
He just wanted the real team to call him. That's it, bro.
He
was locked in after that.
Oh, you talking about Emory? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Oh, you ain't know?
You know.
When y'all, what you mean?
Nah, nothing. I'm just talking shit.
We told y'all to try to get Emory when we had Jaden. Yeah, I said that. I know Ole Miss was sniffing around and Auburn. Yeah. Who y'all end up with?
Nah, he wanted to offer. That's all. He wanted to offer.
I mean, yeah, so he can shit on y'all. What
Panhandle kid, he gotta want that offer.
Yeah. Who y'all end up with last year? I forget.
Brock Glenn.
Oh, the one for Ohio State scrub.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like that, man. Y'all got the Ohio State Blues this year, right? We will see if we showed y'all. We showed y'all the blueprint of how to
comes around, right?
Correct. We showed y'all. No. We got him.
We don't got our LA quarterback. Rashad, we mean shit that same but I think
we took our L. We end up getting Brock. That's what I'm saying. Y'all gonna end up doubling back and getting
Nolan.
Yeah, Air.
Sure, why not? I think that ship sailed though. Honestly, I ain't really.
Yeah, that's gone. That's
gone. I ain't capping on that one.
That boy finished like 5th. Let's do some. We done with recruiting.
Yeah,
I think so.
I know we ain't got a whole lot of time left. Larion, you gotta get out of here.
Yeah, we got a little too much shit talking going on there.
Yeah, it was all good.
Extended the show further than I anticipated. That's my fault too. I'm the one need a hard out, but I'm still talking shit.
All good, man. Hit that like button, subscribe. It's gonna be some content hitting the YouTube channel this evening. A whole lot of more shit talking and trolling. We got the vibes going. When we shot this past weekend at the studio, we're gonna keep those flowing, those clips, shorts, short form content. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram and all of that. National news. I'm not even gonna get into the quarterback battles. I'll talk about that next time as the extended conversation. But ESPN FPI top 30 drop. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pull it up for a visual for the people to check that out as well. But they have right now number 1 Ohio State, number 2 Bama, Georgia at 3, LSU at 4, and Texas at 5. Just for me to round up the top 5. And then they have for the big 3, they have Florida State at 14. They have Gators at 18, and they have Miami at 29. Let me pull it up so the visual people can see it.
FPI top 30. Now the FPI, that's who do like they always the ones that people talk about.
ESPN and analytics, pretty much what we about to be looking at.
Yeah, they usually the ones that talk about like straight to schedule and all that stuff. How they come up with a top 30?
I think they're trying to fit Miami,
All right, Natty winner, number 14. Y'all,
I promise you, when I actually post
on the list, and y'all supposed to win a Natty this year, and you at 14. I don't need to be on the FPI list.
Yeah, it was that 13 who actually won in that, if I'm not mistaken. 2000.
Hey, share that screen, Taylor.
No, I'm saying 2013. I think it was actually 13 to start the ranking, start the season, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that.
Really? From them?
Yeah, from the 2013 season.
From FPI, or you just mean
like, no, the actual AP
preseason
ranking. Season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Man, we might have to change the big 3.
You well on your way then, man.
They
well
got
on your way.
UCF. They got UCF
At 26.
26, and they higher than y'all.
Oh, Miami did make it. Okay, yeah. So I told you they
Yeah,
tried to
we're
fit y'all
29.
in,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, man, we appreciate it.
They got in there.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for this list. They got Georgia at 3, so this is a very good list.
I'm not sure how LSU was at 4 though.
Bro, this list is garbage.
I wonder what goes into the FPI.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I was saying. How did they even come up with a list? Because I've only really heard them kind of more or less connected to strength of schedule stuff. So yeah, it was interesting to me for them to even. Are they saying early on with the schedule that they have, this is how they think teams will kind of shake out? They're an interesting list to me, period. Because that's the only thing I've ever really heard them linked to was the whole strength of schedule.
Yeah, has always been kind of interesting as far as the algorithm that goes behind it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's something to talk about because it's super early, and I appreciate that from them. It's something to do, because we're getting ready to go. All right, spring ball's over. About to be a little quieter to be, as far as like now you'll be looking for commitments. So it's going to be kind of quiet on the front for a while. If you upset by this list or excited by this list.
Oh yeah, this is scrimped the schedule and a lot of that, man. It's a way. Oh, okay, I got an explanation here.
Okay.
Just a second, let me open this article. ESPN's College Football Power Index was developed in 2013 as a way to measure team strength and predict game and season outcomes going forward. Over the years, fans have clamored for ESPN to open the black box of its information and algorithms and all of that stuff. It's a predictive rating system designed to measure teams. I said that already. The ultimate goal of FPI is to rank teams 1 through 128. Rather, is to correctly predict games and season outcomes. If Vegas ever published the power rankings, it used to get its lines. Oh, Vegas used to use this shit for their lines.
Interesting.
Okay.
And if I like Vegas saying that y'all 14 right now, boy, I can get some good trolls off this fall. And they got me at 18, so I don't know, bro. It's just interesting to follow. I thought it was dope.
I'd like to keep up with this. Yeah, I didn't even know they
follow.
published one, so I'd like to keep up with this once the season gets rolling around.
Yeah, we'll revisit it at the end of the season as well. See how it all plays
let's
out.
Let's try to make a note of that because to me that list is really really early.
But see, that's the thing.
Hard for me to find a little rhyme and reason in it, but
I think they do FPI. I think in the summer or right before camp or something like that, and it'd be different numbers. I mean, what changed from April to August? But I don't know. Maybe
you may have some additions, maybe through the portal. Some of that kind of stuff. I guess like if. I could probably like Florida more if they can go get them another quarterback. I could see liking them more because I do think their run game gonna be strong again this year. Silk think that D lines are gonna be the strength, so that'll be a good improvement there. So
I like everything but quarterback, bro. I could see
where you could have some promise
safety.
there.
I need some safety help, just some veteran safety help. I do like my young boys with Miguel Mitchell and Kamari Wilson. I think we got a talented team, very young team. But if we got a quarterback that come in, not be a stopgap guy, can make some things happen. We could go finish second, third in the conference, no doubt in my mind. But right now, we ain't in a position to do that, in my opinion. But let me pull up. I want to talk about the. We've been talking bets already, but I want to talk Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fighting this weekend. I'm a big Tank Davis fan. Leader of the Hive on that side, man. But they've been doing some betting. First of all, who y'all got?
Oh man, I got to bet on Black, man. Come on.
Let me go Tank.
Go Tank, man.
You hear me on the line? Let's bet.
So everything
for sure.
that you.
I think Tank will knock this man out.
I know. Let's make a contract. Let's sign it.
I want y'all to hear.
Okay, and if you don't,
really want it,
bear with us. I'm not the quickest on technology.
we can pay me.
I call my son in here like a real old man.
You talking about we getting paid? Why is Carson that so happy?
You sure? Ryan, are you sure?
I don't speak twice for myself. You already know.
Your boy Aiden think you gonna do something.
I know.
You gonna win.
I know. I am gonna win. For sure.
You sure you want to do this, bro? Does he want to do it? The Huz is watching. The Huz. You sure you want to do it? The Huz is watching.
Who's is watching?
I'll write up a contract that the one that get whoever won get each other first. Oh. No. I'm dead, sir.
He's dead ass.
Oh, this ain't this is the second video.
On the, live right now.
I bet my social security number.
Hold on. Let me get the first video. This is the second video. I apologize for that. They made that's after they made the bet, but they made a bet.
There's a lot of Cappington going on. They just trying to run up them on PPV numbers.
It don't look like Garcia. It don't look like Tank was prepared for that at all. I don't think that was pre-planned talk. Ryan Garcia may have been talking some shit to try to.
Man, ain't nobody. There ain't nobody around them, and they life gonna let them sign nothing like that.
I like the conversation. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like to talk.
So everything
for sure.
that you.
No,
I know. Let's make a contract. Let's sign it, both of us. Let's do it.
Okay, and if.
All right, let's start over.
You hear that?
That's a bet.
Yes, let's bet. You hear me on the live? Let's bet.
So everything
for sure
that you.
No, I
know. Let's go. Let's make a contract. Let's sign it, both of us. Let's do it.
Okay, and if.
Yeah, I don't think that was pre-planned at all. I don't think that's the hype of a fight. I think that's ego. I think got lost in the moment. None of that looked pre-planned. Or we gonna talk about that type of shit.
Let me rewind a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't think it was pre-planned, but I think at this point they salesmen too. They running it up. Ain't nobody signing that. It'd be fun. I'd love it if they did it.
If I think I'm gonna win and you say that type of shit, I'm just like Tank. I'm getting on the phone with my agent. Hey man, this man over there talking crazy. I'm gonna hold you to that word.
Everybody think
on what you just said.
Everybody think
it gotta be like a knockout clause in that, bro. Cause that shit go to decision. You got the judge like, nah, bro, we ain't going that.
Oh, it's a knockout happening. He definitely touching that match.
I got Tank as well.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
Knocked out.
Ryan fast. Ryan got some power too. I like him, but I'm going
walk through that shit, man.
I like Tank for sure.
They call him Tank for a reason. He gonna walk right through that shit, man. And everybody gonna think Ryan. I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna go. I don't watch boxing too much.
Come on, get it.
And I also watch a lot of Mayweather fights. So it's gonna be a lot of flurries and a lot of action. And people gonna think Tank losing the fight early, right? They're gonna be like, I don't know, man. Tank maybe lose on the cards because that's what Tank do. Tank be getting his ass whooped on the cards. But he's just waiting. He's setting you up, bro. It's chess and not checkers. So he's gonna give away some early stuff just to set him up. But Ryan dropped his hands way too much, bro. Tank gonna put that boy on the mat. And he kind of know. You say all of them think they're gonna win. Not all the time. Some of these guys know that I'm facing a monster, and he know he's facing a monster, and he can take an L. But we'll see how it all plays out.
I honestly don't think Ryan ain't gonna lose. I really don't. But I don't think he fought a Tank either. So or anything really close to that. But that's what the reality check.
Bet. He just did an ass bet. He's scared. He's nervous as shit.
That's where the reality check can come in. You know, where it's like he might be. You know, hell, I mean, for the fun of it, I'd like to see him win just because I think, nobody's expecting it. So that's always fun, and then you get a rematch. But if you was asking me to put 100 right now, I got to go Tank. I don't have money to just be playing around with like that. So
yeah, somebody got to show me they can beat Tank.
That's fun. That'll be fun, man. I like that. I hope it's real. I hope they do it, man. It'll be absolutely fun. But like I said, man, you got too many people around you that's suckling off the teat. Ain't nobody finna let you blow their money. That's how they looking at it.
Ryan Garcia getting that check though. Like Ryan Garcia getting a stupid check. He got a lot of business going on outside the ring.
He's like a social media star.
Yeah, in my world, I'm definitely if I'm the boxer, like I said, I'm holding him to that ass bet. I got to see what you're talking about, Ryan. Because as a competitor, when people start saying shit like that, what you want to bet and all that type of shit, a lot of time that's a defense mechanism, and they trying to hire some things. They trying to convince other people that I'm confident in this fight, bro. Don't bet your purse. That's an ignorant bet. If you're gonna lose with something, if you're gonna leave with something, leave with some bread, because the knockout's coming regardless, bro. I think betting.
Yeah, I don't want to get knocked out and leave with nothing.
Today's show has been a whole lot of betting advice. So I don't know why God put that on our spirit.
A lot of betting advice, right? That should be the name of the show, bro.
And what else y'all want to bet before we get out of here? I ain't got nothing else, man.
I'm not a betting man, to be real with you. I don't get into gambling, dog. I do it with my friends and shit like that, but I don't gamble, bro. I had a friend of mine, rest in peace, Jaron Sider, bro. But I had a friend of mine passed away from gambling right after high school. We was fresh out of high school, bro, and I ain't never touched a pair of dice or really get into gambling since, bro. I don't really do it.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna let you gamble no more after I take this other 2 from you. That's it. At a point, it's abusive. And
See, now you get into your Ryan Garcia shit.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
All right, well, hey, let me go. I got to go. I'm running late anyway. I can see we in that bag today.
No, it's good, man. We need this for the off season. Oh, real quick before we get out here, make sure y'all like and subscribe. But we moving to evenings in May. In May, we're gonna be going Sunday nights, bro. We're trying to get the vibes back, moving on some no cap type energy, fan engagement. You know, we're gonna kick it off with some great guests. I'm gonna see if I can get Wilt Phone to come on here and hang out with us, get some recruiting talk, and then we'll also get into some Big 3 shenanigans. We're gonna get things back popping for the evening, though, man. Sunday evenings in May, Sunday Night Live, every single Sunday.
You know what it is. We up out of here.
We out of here, Taylor Gang.